Hello. Sorry, we're on the wrong scene. Everything's wrong. Hello.
I'm sorry. We only got one boop.
Boop boop. Hello.
Thank
Sorry.
you.
Can we wave or not yet?
Wow.
Yeah, you can wave now, Jack. You're allowed.
Okay. Oh, hello. I'm changing my lighting a little bit because it's.
Grace, your Baldur's Gate comment led us to talk about the dream of us all being able to play Baldur's Gate 3 in one co-op campaign together as the completionists. That would be mental.
There was a.
I wonder who would romance who. Wait, that could be the question of today.
Oh my god. Okay, no, that's gonna be that. Not everyone here has played Baldur's Gate, so that makes.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. We can just show an image and be like, go. Pick on.
Oh, you know what? I'm up for that.
Smash or pass Baldur's
Yeah,
Gate
yeah.
Completionist Edition.
I'd be really curious. I'd be really curious to get all the characters up and just be like, see who would be like. Randall would romance this person or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe that needs to be next week, just so we can like properly set it up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like have like.
I know who I would pick. So.
You or Neurally though?
Yeah. Oh, Neurally would be the same actually. I think.
Okay. Can I? No, I'm not gonna guess. We'll wait for next week. Oh, yeah, it's fun. Okay.
Now
right.
I want to do that.
We gotta. It's okay for people who've played the game, but people who haven't need time to like have a look at who's available.
I thought I was the person you meant who hadn't played the game because I haven't played it.
Oh, I feel like you
own it,
probably
but haven't played
consumed
it.
enough Baldur's Gate content, whereas
Yes.
I don't think Docs has played any and Jack hasn't played any, but might have seen some stuff on the internet.
Oh, I
Almost
just
all of
listened
my
to you and Nave
streamers.
talk about it when we played them.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, hi everyone. We're gonna play some D&D. It's our HBA game. Episode 1 billion, actually. Wow.
Confirmed.
We did it.
Episode 1 billion.
Brilliant episode. Wow.
And we're going to pick up where we left off. But before
Mhm.
we do that, we will do our usual thing. We like to have a little bit of a promptio where we get into our characters once more, remind ourselves what D&D is and who we're playing as. Although we've been playing these characters for a long time now, it still helps, I think. And we also do a little bit about our tavern, as our party have recently acquired or invested in a tavern called the Blushing Kiss in Deadlock, and they're trying to. We're figuring out what's going on there every week because it's fun. They make a little bit of money or they lose some money, and it's a fun time for all. And neither of those things are things I need to worry about now. Below my pay grade of £0. So, why don't you guys tell me what the prompt is this week? That took me.
Too many layers of DMing is so much work for. Oh man. Okay, sorry. Continue.
We might have done this prompt before, but we don't remember what our answers were, so we're doing it again. It's from Malkavir back in December of 2021. And it's what would it take for members of your party to get you to turn on them? That's the prompt.
I like to think that this can be either like a general comment about the party in like as a group, or if you wanted to be very specific.
Yeah, I'm thinking
what we could all do
at this
is
point
just
we're
describe what specifically Haiku needs to do to push himself over the edge far enough that you guys have to put them down.
Yeah.
Put them down. Oh my god.
Sorry,
Phrasing.
imprison them. I don't know. Whatever makes you.
Well, that might be
happy.
safe. Is just putting me down. In the long run.
That's a good question. So, let's go for it, team.
Someone else first. I haven't had time to think.
I'll go first.
Okay.
December 2021 was it when that was suggested?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like just as we entered the Feywild ish.
Yeah,
I think.
probably. Yeah.
Sure.
Ooh, might have been, yeah.
Yeah, so I think Haiku has just outright experienced this, and that was when they were charmed and made up that story about why they had to move, and everyone kind of turned on them. Kind of.
Wait, a story that they... Wait, what story? Help.
When we slept in the forest, and Haiku was on watch and disappeared, and we were all so mad because they'd been charmed. I remember that because I
remember
Katie
that.
knew something up, but Nerly was like, "I can't believe Haiku would just leave us here."
Everyone getting very irked with me very quickly. So that is my answer because I have experienced this.
So close to having the party turn on you. And I would say that's the only circumstance that the party's been a bit like, Haiku, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, well, that just sticks out. I mean, if you want to go from a recent example, with that guy I executed in a bar, but...
And yet that didn't get anyone to tell you.
I was going to say, clearly, murder is not the line.
If anything, you all love me more now. That Haiku. Silly Haiku.
It's that commitment fallacy, isn't it? Where, like, if you're, if you give someone something or you have to defend someone, you're more likely to like them. So you just, they've had to defend you so many times and had to put up with your shit so much that somehow it's just fortified. Fortified their commitment to you.
We are certainly trauma bonded, but I think the thing that keeps saving Haiku is that, like, sure, you murdered someone, but also they were actively trying to poison someone for, like, stupid capitalism reasons. So we didn't like that person. They're a bad person anyway, right? Or like, you smarted off to a dragon, and when you really did think it was a dragon, which made Nerly think you were absolutely out of your mind. But if you hadn't done that, she wouldn't have realized it wasn't a dragon and would have been scared the whole time. So it's like, you keep being like doing stuff that's unhinged, but it's like justifiable enough in some way that it's like
ethically
Haiku.
Ethically unhinged.
No, I didn't just I killed a man, but I also stuck it to the man.
Yeah, exactly right. That it's the true
Truly
living
balanced.
the true punk's life. Yeah. Anti-establishment Haiku.
Alright guys, let's move on to the next one. Anyone got something?
So I know...
No, you go.
I know what would make the party turn on Randall.
Oh!
What is it?
Probably be going down a route of grimoire-esque discoveries.
Shah worship is what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. You think that would be a step too far? You think embracing the grimoire would make everyone turn against you?
I think so. Eventually.
Eventually, you think the grimoire would push you to do things that the party wouldn't agree with?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
I think we already had like a few like borderline.
You've had some intervention moments.
I think Randall's been very strong, fighting the magical grimoire who keeps porting itself into his hands and trying to open itself. But I think Nerly would be the first one to break.
Levels worth of character. Can't use any warlock stuff.
That sucks so bad. And I recognize that. But Nerly would still be the first person, probably, who would find it unforgivable if you like unapologetically were like, no, this is good and we should use it. I don't think she could handle it. It would have to you'd have to be really convincing. But yeah, I think you're right. At least for Nerly, you're definitely right.
Yeah. Because Aura doesn't know too much about, like, or has never, like, learned much about the gods and stuff, so she's just, like, picking up social context cues and being like, oh, Nerly really hates this, and Randall doesn't seem to like it either, so I think it's bad. So I don't know whether Aura would, like, straight up kick Randall out for doing that if he had, like, some compelling reason that was like, okay, well, I understand.
There's enough doubt in Aura's mind for that to be, it's more actions, like what the grimoire might have ended up persuading Randall to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Good answers. Moving on.
I think this is kind of tough to answer because I think Nerly, she has this like she's not the best at like talking to people from like let's go and try to convince this person to like hand over their secrets or whatever. But I think she like knows everybody here well enough that she could always like understand why they might do something or feel like she could like talk through most things with them. And I think the one thing that it would probably take for sure to make her feel the need to like leave would be like if they were to be like, I don't know, if she were to have really strong evidence to suspect that they were going to like hand her over to the Enclave.
Right.
I think like I don't know. I feel like she would probably see through most of the lies the Enclave would put forward, like surreptitiously trying to make her feel like she's unsafe with them if they have figured out who she's with, which seems pretty likely at this point. That they have at least some kind of an idea. But if they just really were super convincing somehow, or if somebody were to actually be in some world where they were actually like, this is too much trouble, we can't do this anymore. What if there's like a reward or something? That's the kind of shit that it would take, I think, for Nerly.
Interesting.
Other than abject Shar worship, you know.
Okay, yeah. Do you have one, Aura? I'm
I think-
deleting stuff from your handouts, by the way. I've just realised that they're chilling there
Okay.
on your screen. They're going now. They're old.
History.
Oh, no, I can
How-
still see them. They're just not in your journals anymore.
Wow.
Oro is pretty like neutral on most things, but I think if the party like either wanted to like ruin the circus in some way or like not give a shit about what's happening with her mom and like be like, we don't care, we're not doing that, like some kind of like, that's not important, that's not the main thing, we don't need to worry about that, should be like, okay, well I need to go do that. I'm going.
I think that would
think
be
that would be the thing.
compelling, right? If it got to the point where you were like, listen, guys, I realize that you think this other thing is important, but you don't quite understand just how important the circus is to me.
Yeah,
and how
yeah,
it
yeah.
supersedes everything else. I can see
We
that.
did
I
all
can
your
see
side quests. Now it's your-
Yeah, do my main quest. Wait.
The rest of this is just side quest to Oro. She's the NPC companion quest where someone gets really shitty because you've taken too long, except her tolerance is extremely low. You literally take 1 day too long on the road and she's like, I'm going. Cool. Those were good answers. I like it. Now, what's going on at the Blushing Kiss Inn?
Well, this week the weather has been a little bit rough. The local mill, the water wheel,
What you were
has
gonna
been
say?
damaged.
What you gonna say, MILF? I'm so sorry. I was like,
Well, because the weather's been
what-
rough.
yeah.
Oh,
Business?
rough weather out there. Careful for those milfs.
Gotta spend more time inside. For the rough weather.
God.
With a hearty wink, spending more time inside. Anyway.
No, the local mill's water wheel has been damaged, so the inn has hosted like a charity bake sale.
Oh,
Raised.
Oh.
It's pretty successful. They raised quite a bit of money. They do notice, however, just from sampling everyone's various baked goods from the town and whatnot, they all taste rather similar. In fact, they all taste a lot like the recipes out of, the world famous book Baking with KS.
wow. They've all copied the same recipe.
They all
God.
copied the same recipes.
That's going to be really hard considering she's been deleted from the timeline.
Yeah.
So, someone
Well,
wrote a version of it. somewhere.
This happened in the previous week, so let's just say it happened before she got raised.
Okay, alright.
Or
I
is
just I know the idea.
Before
is that
someone
it's
was
just-
going to call it out, and they're like,
before the book is
I
just
was-
called Baking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baking with.
And then there's just pictures of baked goods, so everybody just thinks it means like baking with. This is how you bake with cookies. It's a weird name for a book.
So everyone's been copying a very famous but mysteriously unauthored tome,
"Ooh,
and they've all come with the exact same recipe for the exact same cakes.
Yeah, and they can't remember where they got it from. Who knows?
They all use the same Tupperware as well.
I like it. I like it. Since it was for charity,
The
you're
same
not,
unbranded Tupperware.
you're not going
Yeah.
to have won a huge amount of gold from that, but you will get 4 gold pieces simply due to the influx of customers who were here for the bake sale, also purchasing some beverages to go with their cakes.
Hell
That
yeah.
nearly made up for last week.
Oh dear me. Dear me. Okay, great. Well, fantastic. We got all sorts of crazy shit going on in our wonderful world. Some of that crazy shit is just very loud music for me.
Oh no.
Chill out.
Harpist moved into the room.
Elvish Hearts 2. Calm down. Okay, so as a little brief recap, in our last session, you guys finished a fight. It was a fight with some spooky, spectral, inky people who appeared to have been summoned from some kind of Shadowfell energy created by giant crystals embedding themselves in the ground mysteriously and not at all because of a huge dragon in the sky raining down death and despair. During that combat, things went a little bit Pete Tong for a moment because we had Haiku flying a little bit too high and then trying some immovable rod shit with the dragon that was swooping through the clouds above, who took note of this plan and instead whapped them out of the air. They fell, was it 70 feet?
It's not the most have fallen in one go.
No, you're right. That's right. You took, I think
it was
a buttload of damage as you fell out of the sky. Wait, was it 54 points of damage?
Yeah, I think it was
If I
because
scroll up.
half of the damage was tanked by the temporary hit
yes,
points,
yes,
and
yes.
the other half almost killed me.
Yes. So we learned a difficult lesson about falling damage. Or we relearned a difficult lesson about falling damage, or rather, tangling with dragons. Afterwards, you guys smashed a bunch of the crystals, cleared out the rest of the baddies, and unfortunately, there was at least one additional casualty. Kulthik Salamor had been killed. Kulthik Salamor was a world-famous baker who you'd only just had the pleasure of meeting, despite seeing her and her merchandise dotted all around Cormyr. And she is one of the reasons that you guys have been kind of waylaid in Weymouth almost, because you'd been here for a while, saving her from the machinations of God, the fuck is his name? Sir Biscuit Farts.
God, I forgot about.
who was Ronald Biscuit Farts, who was desperately trying to purchase and franchise her restaurant after having assassinated her. Regardless, she did die in the end, unfortunately, due to random hate. Just in the fight there, it was going to be one of the NPCs that was being attacked by this very specific evil guy, and it was going to be either Sir Ronald. Is it Sir Ronald?
Roderick?
Roderick. Sir Roderick. There's a lot of R names. My
Call him Sir Zaddy.
Zaddy. Either that guy, Mr. Wiggles, or Kulthik Salamor. So, of the dice roll,
he was the weakest link, if anything.
So that was the person that got
Goodbye.
targeted.
Yeah, I do think you picked wisely there.
Yeah.
I didn't pick. I rolled a dice,
Wow.
or I rolled
Yes.
a die, and that's what determined who
You
got
rolled a
killed.
die, says you had to die.
I mean, I rolled the die, and then I had to also roll dice to see if they would hit, and then roll damage. But they didn't have that much health, so regardless, they're dead now. After guys, you went back to the tavern along with the majority of the remaining peasants, individuals still living it up in Weymouth. You spent a little bit of time clearing out those crystals that had fallen from the sky, cleared up a little bit of the tavern, and stayed the night there. In the morning, Zaddy came downstairs with Haiku after they spent the night together. You had a bunch of free breakfasts given to you, and you had a long conversation about what is to come, and came to the conclusion that you guys, noble adventurers, had to go kill a dragon.
Mate.
And
So it's come to this.
our pal Sir Roderick, aka Kobold Zaddy, said, "I know a guy." You guys basically said, "You gonna come with us?" And he was like, "My adventuring days are over, but I know a guy." And that's where we ended our game last time. So we can pick it up this time, 13 minutes after 7 o'clock. Just now starting our game.
Hey,
I
we're
don't have
chilling.
Hey, we're chilling.
Yeah.
I like it.
Mm.
We're always saying we're happy to. We're spending time with each other.
Yeah.
We're consistent. That's what's important.
We're consistent, and we did the speedrun portion of this campaign already.
Yeah.
All right. Hi, everybody in chat that I've not had a chance to say hello to because I've been too busy yapping a lot. How you doing? Let's get cracking.
Down to
So-
business.
You're talking currently at the breakfast table at the bottom of the Moon and Stars Inn. No booth, window, like curtain closed, so no magical silence. But you guys are chilling with your free breakfast. And Zaddy has just said, "I know a guy. His name is Earl. He lives just outside of Weymouth. We should be able to find him without too much trouble, if I can remember where his treehouse is.
Oh.
And he's a bit prickly, but I think he'll understand our need for his aid."
Okay. You want to go now?
Oh, I'm ready whenever you guys are. I mean, I will have to finish
Oro
this
tips
sausage.
her breakfast into.
I really love that idea. Oro just with a big plate just sliding all the baked
How much
beans.
of it actually lands in Aura's mouth, and how much of it just goes like all down the front?
It feels like it's a lot, but it's actually only like 5% of it, and the rest of it just dribbles down.
God.
As it's happening, Early is just surreptitiously casting prestidigitation.
And I was like, it just works every time. Don't get any mess.
Oh my god! I feel like actually yes. I feel like this happens just often enough.
I love that so much. I really love the idea that Oro's got it in her head that she's
Just a
somehow
pro at
managing
this.
to just eat her entire plate worth of food with no mess. She's just so skilled at it. In the
No wonder
meantime,
I get so
Nerly is
hungry
there.
throughout the day. I think I've had a whole meal. I've actually only had a mouthful.
Like
That's so
Haiku just
funny.
telekinetically like shoves a few things to try and aim them back back onto target,
It's a
and
team
still
effort.
not enough.
It's a full team effort. She's creating a funnel. Nerly's cleaning up the bits that still fall out. The best part about that is
That's so
Oro's
funny.
super perceptive, so the only reason Oro doesn't already know is because the plate's in
It's in front of my eye.
It's a big plate for a little gobbo.
It's true, it's true.
Dear me. Right. Well, you guys finish up your breakfast. Some of you faster than others, and make your way outside of Weymouth. You're not accosted, but stopped by several kind of peasants on the way out as they're kind of shuffling around the town, trying to pick up some broken pieces and put things back together in their otherwise tatty village town. Oh, I'll settle on a name for it eventually. It's one of those two, and mostly it's words of thanks and praise, being such incredible adventurers that you managed to save the day and win a fight against a dragon. Did you kill it? Did you kill the dragon? Can I get the horns? Where are the scales at? Did the scales fall out of the sky? If I clean hard enough, will I find scales? Do you think they're worth a lot of money? Do you think the tail is here somewhere? If I chopped off the tail, could I sell the tail? Could you eat dragon meat? Like, it's just lots of like people
This is
coming.
one person.
A lot of those questions from kids in the area, but the rest of them are just people who are just now, them dragon scales, they worth a lot. How about them there crystals you had out your? Can I sell them crystals? Hold on to them crystals, maybe. I've got a couple under my pillow. That kind of stuff, just like
Dangerous.
people interjecting, trying to get your attention, and just generally thanking you.
I
As
feel
you
like
go,
we're
like-
trying to like hurry. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say some of them will hand you things, like some of them have got like little parcels with some like apples in or something. Just thank you so much for saving our little town. It's so wonderful that adventurers like you can fell such horrible beasts. And some of them, in fact, the grand total thing, at the end of this, you end up with an additional 1 gold piece from all of the silver and copper that is handed to you by various people around.
Wow,
the village.
we almost died as well.
This is a town that is currently trying to recuperate and rebuild after a dragon attack, and they are saving their money for renovations and repairs.
Lots of problems.
No one
Also,
hired
cover as
you.
much as we got from the Blushing Kiss investment this week. So yeah.
It's true.
But you guys managed to kind of shuffle your way past these villages for the most part and outside of town.
Yeah, I feel like we're rushing through, and like Nerly's doing her best to be like, "Oh, thank you, oh, thank you." No, like there was no trouble, you know, whatever.
Mhm,
And then every time someone's like, "Did you kill a dragon?" She's like, "We're hoping to." And then every time somebody's like, "Can I keep a crystal? Can I sell a crystal?" She's like, "No, destroy them, get rid of them.
Under
They're
no
evil."
circumstances.
Yeah.
And eventually, you get just out of you break out of the village and into the trees. As I said, this is kind of a dense area of forest, and this village town, the small town, large village, is nestled in amongst them. As you kind of break out and onto a small path that isn't quite the main road, it's just a small kind of like a dirt path throughout the trees. You are. You talk to Sir Roderick, and he just says, "Tonight, my friend Earl is, I think maybe more acquaintance would be a better way to say it. He's well known in Weymouth for being a good tracker. He's a tracker, is what he is. He would call it a curse. It's not a curse. He's just very good at a thing that he doesn't like doing, and because of that, he's occasionally in demand for something very dangerous that he doesn't like to do. And usually what will happen is someone will come along and offer some kind of reward. Maybe we'll have to pay him, or some other way to persuade him to help us, and oftentimes he'll oblige, but be very reluctant and potentially grumpy about it.
Gotcha.
Excellent.
Okay, I can handle somebody grumpy.
Okay. Well, keep your eye out for traps. As you start coming forward, he's a little bit paranoid, but it should be fine. You kind of are walking down this path, and after all, can I have some perception checks, please?
Yes, please.
Elle's little sister girl.
I love that girl.
My
Kind
God.
of boring regular perception check now.
Oh yeah, no, you've taken off your
Mhm.
no.
bandage.
I could see the sky. It's
You see the
lovely.
sky. You
Aww.
can see a lot of
See
trees.
sunsets again.
Oh, God, that makes
Good
me so
trip.
sad. Jesus.
Fantastic. Well, you guys see some of you better than others. I'm going to give this especially to Haiku and Oro. Unfortunately, not Nerily. This is because Oro is a ranger, and Haiku got a
What about
25.
Randall?
It's not Randall or Nerily or Nugget, so don't worry, you're on the list of knots. You're on the list, it's just not a good list. You guys see a number of kind of tracks in the dirt in front of you. They look like some traps have been avoided. You can see some to you, at this point, quite clear traps, a couple of bear traps, a couple of spike traps. Nothing advanced, nothing. In fact, you suspect that many of them have been placed in a position that is kind of like fairly obvious, so no one from the town walks over here and gets stuck in a trap. But enough to be in a place where it says, "Don't come and talk to me. I want to be left alone." It doesn't seem like I'm trying to kill invaders or anyone that comes near me. It's just more of a leave me alone. A little bit more, a little harsher than a sign saying, off my property.
No cold
It's the
callers.
grumpy personality of traps. It's like it's obvious and it's low effort, and it's really just there to be a deterrent.
Yeah, precisely. It doesn't look like these would really do any significant damage to you, at least. If it caught someone who was completely unaware, then maybe it could, maim somebody.
Like
For
a
the
Randall.
most part, like a Randall, some kind of nobleman. Just kill them straight up. But you pass along the way. But those of you who rolled well, I say Haiku and Oro, because of Oro's ranger background and skill set, you notice some unusual paw prints in the dirt and the mud. You're welcome to roll a nature check if you want to investigate them.
Who's got better nature?
I have +9.
It's you. I'm gonna help you.
Oh,
you don't need my help.
I don't quite know why my nature is so good, but there we are.
Because it's intelligence based,
Jeez. Okay.
which is why
Oh my God.
I have 0 nature.
Okay, so as you're investigating these tracks, you immediately recognize them to be feline. But you also notice something a little bit unusual about them. There is an additional claw print here where there probably wouldn't be of a cat that is native to this particular part of Faerun. But you also notice that there are, with the assistance of Oro, you notice that there are breaks in the tree line, or rather the bush next to the dirt, and the kind of almost scrapes a little across the tree that indicate that whatever came through here is a lot more dangerous than your average cat. You suspect that these belong to a displacer beast.
Me and Katie did the exact same face.
I'll try and get an image.
Now, Haiku would absolutely know what a displacer beast is.
Yes.
Me, on the other hand.
I would Google displacer beast.
They're in Baldur's Gate, right?
They are.
Well, that's why.
let me pop them in the Discord chat.
Oh, they're the things off of Avatar.
No. What?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're in Avatar.
They're in Avatar? Avatar stole displacer beasts?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Hi, Cannon.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, sure. You note a peculiar number of paw prints, and that's the real giveaway for you. But regardless, it's a telltale sign of a displacer beast. These are, you will be made very aware, because of your natural 29 nature roll, that displacer beasts are not native to the material plane. They are not considered a normal beast in the same sense of a like a wolf or a bear or whatever. They would be considered more magical, but they are very, very commonly distinctly evil and most likely associated with the Shadowfell or evil wizards.
Like, it was not at all shocked by that realization.
What you'll also know is that they have been used as kind of hunting beasts to hunt especially dangerous prey and stalk them, they are extremely stealthy. And because of your 29 in nature, you will also know that they have capabilities of using illusion to distract their prey.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Oh,
That scared the absolute shit out of me. That was such good timing. Right. Thank you for the 100
can we tell how old the tracks are?
I will have one more survival check from either of you.
Mine's a 4. What do you have?
Oh, I have a 6.
Go, I'll help.
You're helping?
I'm helping.
Oh no, even that didn't really help that much.
But no, it's difficult to say how long ago they were hit. But as you will notice, they are extremely stealthy creatures. You are lucky to have spotted them at all.
Can we tell if there's more than one?
No, not from that survival.
So there could be more than one. Concerning. I think you would agree, Aurora.
Yes, incredibly. Have you guys read anything about displacer beasts? Looking at Randall and Nurley. You heard about displacer beasts?
Oh, I think that's really more of a Randall thing. But if this person is a tracker, then they might have a similar skill set to you, and so I imagine maybe their nugget is just this thing, this very large cat thing.
They do originate from the Shadowfell.
So Roderick,
Yes.
do you know anything about them having a displacer beast, pal?
No.
Okay. Well,
They're very good at their job, but they tend to do it from the sky.
okay. Well, concerning that, there's tracks there. Everyone keep your eyes really open, like the widest they've ever been.
I am now scared and intrigued.
Music's a tad loud. Okay, thank you, Grace.
In fact, if anything, we should have at least one of us walking backwards with our backs pressed to each other. Like this is
So
like
all like back to
not a
back.
good place to be right now. Like, they can cast illusions and stuff to distract us.
Yes. Yeah.
As well as just
But
being
if
generally
tracks-
evil.
What if the tracks themselves are an illusion?
Have attracts an illusion.
Roll me a perception check, or poke at them if you like. How you deal with illusions? You poke them, or you roll a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Poke them and hope
Try
they're
to
not a real
perceive,
dragon.
or you wave your hands through it.
Yeah, just poke 'em.
You gonna poke it? Yeah, okay. So you interact with the paw prints. They do appear to be tangible.
Yeah, they're not illusions.
Damn it.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay,
Good.
well, let's keep going and
I've been thinking, are we just gonna ask this person to help us and leave immediately, or are we gonna ask them to help us and then say like, let's do it tomorrow or something? Because I really feel like we should maybe try to talk to Garius Sariel or maybe some other Purple Dragon Knights just to see if they still have a plan for confronting this thing so we don't have to try to fight a dragon all by ourselves.
Didn't they already try to confront it and failed miserably?
I know we talked about it. I
Yeah.
can't remember.
Let me try and find out what I said that he said to you. So he told you that the Purple Dragon Knights actually did slay the dragon a year ago, but in the fight they lost almost every single one of the Dragon Knights.
That's what it was. So this is
But-
probably not the same dragon, or it's been
Yeah.
reanimated. right. Maybe not that then. Maybe we are on our own.
It might be best to just do things as quick as we can, or at least quick as we reasonably can.
Before more people get erased.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah.
Okay.
Bless you. Bless you.
Bless you.
Sweet Randall.
Thanks.
With his allergies in the forest.
Yeah, it's the bright light. It's Randall's not used to all this bright light.
He's too loud. You'll set the displacer beast on us.
Yeah.
Jesus. Gonna sneeze. Take the hush money. Oh wait, that's how we could sneakily get through the forest.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Just repeatedly flip that and then wait.
You've
a
also
day.
got Pass
When's
Without
the day?
Trace.
Yeah.
Are we trying to be...
I think we should
no
try
point so
to.
far.
Okay.
I think we should try to be stealthy. But the type of stealthy where we're perfectly silent but also really fast.
To be fair, if that was ever going to happen, it would happen with Pass Without a Trace and a Ranger on your team.
There we are.
Yeah. Do you want to? Do you guys want to be stealthy then?
I mean, it can't
Do
hurt,
we
right?
want to sneak up on somebody who is paranoid? Wouldn't that make us seem less trustworthy?
I
How?
don't want to get attacked by this displacer beast while we're trying to get there.
If there's evidence of a Displacer Beast here, I would like to check on my... Again, friend may be a strong word. Let's say friend for now. I'd like to check on him as soon as we can.
Okay. How far
Whatever
are
you all
we
think is
from
best.
here, Roderick?
About 30 minutes.
Okay. Well, we can sneak up until we get within a certain range of the place,
Okay.
just in case we interact with anything that we don't want to interact with.
Mhm.
Okay. Pass Without Trace. Activated.
Love it. Activate. Okay. Jot your spell usage.
Yeah.
Fab. Roll your stealth checks. 26, 26.
Oh, nugget.
Stealth. I feel like it's been forever since I've rolled stealth.
Yeah.
34.
Wow, nugget.
So,
Lovely.
there it is.
that's still an okay roll.
I'm gonna. Well,
Still an okay roll.
I could spend a sorcery point and re-roll it. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna spend a sorcery point and re-roll it.
Okay.
That's much better. That's much better. There we go. I can't be less stealthy than haiku. I can't personally allow myself to be less stealthy because of the shell with all the stuff. I'm just got my clothes. Like it would be so.
Contextually, it is. It would be a shame.
Yeah,
Well, you managed to get equally as stealthy as haiku,
which I
which is
will
still
accept.
pretty bad.
Yeah, well, I'm not trained in stealth, and I'm not very dexterous. So I feel like as long as I'm not less stealthy, especially not by like a large margin, I'm doing okay. I feel like she starts to try to like copy the way that she's seen Oro be stealthy before, and she's just like, today is like an off day. Maybe she's just like sore from yesterday or something. She can't quite like move like she needs to, and she's like breaking branches and rustling leaves, and she just stops and is like, and like takes a moment to like think about the moon, and tries it again, and is better.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Well, sure enough, you guys roll very high stealth checks because that's what Pass Without Trace does.
Yeah.
And you manage to close the distance between yourselves and the treehouse where Earl lives. Sure enough, you get to the base and you see no evidence of displacer beasts, except for Oro. You will notice that there are some tracks around the base of the tree. There is no displacer beast that you can see here. There is a rope ladder, but it is pulled up.
Nearly, it's not helping the stealth.
That's another reason why she was so less stealthy earlier, is because she started to get the hiccups. Oh no.
We got nearly hiccuping. Randall with his hay fever sneezing.
Yeah.
Hey, Fly Gamer.
Hey, Flo. There's more displaced beast tracks around the tree.
Around the tree.
Yeah. So Roderick, should we just shout for them? Was that the idea? What we should be doing?
I mean, usually he's seen us by now, but I think maybe we've been so stealthy he just didn't see us coming.
Okay.
Roderick should shout, I think.
Yeah.
A familiar voice.
That seems like a good idea.
I would like to save at this point. F5 it. Just in
F5,
case it
yeah.
wasn't.
Not saves coming, it's just being smart.
Is Katie walking away with her headset on, or is she walking away and can't hear what's happening?
Well, she can't reply either way, so.
That's a good point. Yeah. Saves coming IRL D&D. I think it's just smart, is what it is. It's just clever.
I would like that.
It's a fancy way of saying retconning.
Yeah.
I remember that happened to me when I was a kid. I was playing one of my first games of D&D. My dad was running it, and we got in a fight. And my dad was we were playing second edition, and we were using crit tables. Except the crit tables were way more vicious back then.
Yeah.
And I had someone crit me and cut off my arm.
Oh my
And I was a
God.
monk. And in
Oh,
D&D
no.
5e, D&D 2e, it wasn't an easy fix. And I was very young at the time, so I cried.
Oh.
And it got retconned.
Oh.
What you're
Listen,
saying is, if I want anything retconned,
retconned, you just have to cry hard enough.
I can do that. Tag me in, coach. I can do the
Yes.
crying.
A skill that I have. Jenny would be a better person to guilt me into it as well, because she can cry right in front of me in real life.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not quite the same when it's through the internet, is it?
What are we
No.
guilting
I
you
feel
into?
like like if Docs managed to pull some tears out, I'd be like, damn, that's impressive, but no. I wouldn't be able to take it seriously. I could just it's what he does that face where he does this. He goes, and I was
Single
like,
tear.
even if that was a real tear, I'd be like, nah, he's just kidding.
He's just kidding.
Okay. So you press F5, and so Roderick says, Earl, it's me, Sir Roderick. Oh, could you come out? Are you okay? And from above, like a kind of a rope ladder falls down, unfurls itself. Fortunately enough, it lands on the ground, and there is no weird, suspicious activity. You just have a ladder to climb up now.
Okay, so the whole ladder hit the ground. It's just
The bottom of the ladder hits the ground. The top is still attached.
okay.
Now,
I would be much more concerned if the whole thing came down. I feel like that's a sign of
It's
like, get
okay.
the fuck out of here.
it's all right. Normal unfurling of a rope ladder. You guys climb, and what you see at the top of the ladder is a Aarakocra.
What's that?
An Aarakocra is a bird person. Unlike Kenku, they are a little bit more of a normal humanoid stature. If you've seen the D&D movie, you'll know what an Aarakocra is. If you haven't, then it might be worth a quick Google what an Aarakocra looks like.
I haven't seen it, but I'm imagining the bird people from Breath of the Wild.
Not dissimilar. I think that's pretty much on the mark, to be fair.
Yeah, pretty close.
This particular Aarakocra looks like has the head of a bald eagle, and the body of a human person bald eagle.
Mhm.
But does their cry sound like a red-tailed hawk?
It's going
Sorry.
to, because
Yes.
bald eagles, as I have found out, sound stupid.
Oh, have we had
Um,
that discussion too?
No, I've heard it many times and have
Yeah.
googled it recently to make sure that I knew that it was the right thing I was talking about. And yes, it does sound stupid. So
Yes.
he's going to Corkor. How the fuck I like him to Corkor.
Yes, we literally had a
Um,
whole discussion about this. I did on another stream I was on Wednesday because somebody made a joke about me being from the US. They're from New Zealand, and I
right.
was just like, and it was like eagles or something, and I was like, let me tell you about eagles though. And they didn't know, and so I had to run them through
Ah.
the red-tailed hawk versus eagle call, and we all agreed again that yeah, eagles sound stupid.
Regardless, so he has the head of a bald eagle, but he has one missing eye with an eye patch on it, one missing kind of like what's the one missing? The majority of his head is actually bald, but because of scarring, it looks like burn scars. He has a golden prosthetic beak, the top half,
Ooh.
and a peg leg.
Holy
He
shit.
has a wooden prosthetic. He
Yeah, it's
has
been taken to a lot of dangerous places.
three bandoliers that he is wearing under a worn brown leather jacket. And the bandoliers are filled with what looks like a little bit of dirt and worms.
A little snack.
Filmix.
On his jacket, you can see embroidered. You suspect that this jacket was a gift, unless he did this to himself. Is embroidered. Early bird gets the worm.
It's so cute.
I love him
my
so
God.
much.
Hopefully, the name Earl makes sense now.
Yes.
As soon as you start talking about Displacer Beast, I was like, oh no, I already made an Earl had to die joke. I hope he's not dead. Na, 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 na. Sorry.
And he says, "Howdy."
Holy shit, hi.
Hello.
Ips goggles.
Roderick, I
A
didn't
birdie.
think I'd see you again. I mean, it's always a pleasure. It's nice to see you. I hope you are keeping well. Keeping as well as you can do out here in these parts. I've been hearing horrible things about you know what. He says, yes. Unfortunately, those horrible things are true. There was a you know what attack last night. He says, that doesn't bode well for me, Sir Roderick. Doesn't bode well for me at all. I don't like that you're here. Sir Roderick, I don't like that you're here when you've given me this news. He says, no, I didn't think you'd like me with this news. And I'm sorry to say that it's not. It's what you think it is. And Earl, slams his winged hand on the table. God damn it! Sir Roderick, god damn it! And he moves to the next room. You're at the top of this big tree house, essentially, big log cabin at the top of a tree. There's several small rooms. There's got like a proper birdhouse, circular front door and circular windows. And you walk into the main house, and there's a somewhat an ironic amount of straw being used, but it's not the only thing that's in here. It's more like there's a sofa, and the cushions are
Is the
straw
sofa
cushions.
just a perch?
But it's a homey little place, and as you kind of hear him stomping off into the distance, you kind of look in and have a bit of a peer around his house, and he's got what looks like several kind of trophies dotted around the place. You see that there is a patch of what will appear to be dragon scales on the wall, and a wyvern's stinger, and a couple of other bits and bobs around the room. He is kind of ranting to himself, as you can hear him out in the other room. And Sir Roderick says, "Now, I've forgotten to say this. Do not use the word dragon whilst you're in this house. Don't do it. Don't use the word dragon.
Okay.
Now,
That's all I can think of now.
Earl is
It's okay, you don't do any talking anyway.
That's a good point.
Earl is a very talented aerial tracker, but has had some run-ins with dragons in the past that have now made him less confident, and he's unfortunately the best hope that we have.
Okay.
What I think we should do is ask him to help us, but only to the point at which he no longer feels comfortable, then he can go. But he will get us, or get you, as close as he can get you, and that's further than I can go.
Okay.
Just don't say the D word.
Okay.
And we should be fine. We might need to ease it out of him a little bit. He might need some persuading, but it should be all right. Now let's just
Wait,
go.
Sorry, just so we're on the same page. Persuading or persuading?
Persuading, not persuading.
Persuading,
Persuade.
not persuading. I
Maybe-
point at like myself and Oro and like not you. She says with a lot of love in her heart.
but not in her words.
No, they're in her words too. They're just she's just being very straightforward. Like you do this is not a haiku situation. This is
You've
that's
you've
how
got
people
different
get shot.
you've got a different set of skills.
Yes,
Um,
exactly. Haiku, very good at intimidating. Very intimidating. This is not the intimidation avenue. This is not.
So
This
you
is
guys
electric avenue.
follow into the next room. Randall, you note that this room has, it's more of a like a study almost. On the walls are, rather than like big parchments with like incredible tableau kind of paintings on, you see that there are framed like ledgers almost that are kind of pinned and hung up that seem to be describing some comings and goings. You could investigate them further if you'd like.
Absolutely.
Can roll me an investigation check with advantage because you're a spreadsheet and contracts man.
You're a spreadsheet.
I thought you were gonna say
Oh
a
my
spreadsheet
God.
in human
Oh,
form.
wow, the full range there.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
that really is wow.
What do I win?
That is incredible. The other one doesn't even highlight the one as a red because it was actually just counted out entirely.
Mhm.
Wow, that's incredible. That's
Hell yeah.
that's Randall in dice roll form. So what you're looking at is a extremely meticulous description of comings and goings of well, as you look around the room, there are multiple. There are what appear to be historical and contemporary records of comings and goings in Weymouth, on the land and sky. They are comings and goings that include tallies of local wildlife and adventurers, traders, noblemen. It is absolutely meticulous. There is a huge amount of detail in this, and he's clearly cultivated a very meticulous system, and he probably has a huge amount of information and data about animal migration patterns and people of interest who have visited the town, and if anyone has shown up but they haven't been spotted by him, chances are they've done it through a portal or some other kind of means. So you soon enough find your names on the list.
Our actual names?
Yeah.
Which section are we in? Are we in like the important section or the normal section?
You're in the
Yeah,
adventurous
we
section.
specially highlighted.
You're in the adventurous section. You also find his actual ledger that he's been talking about. He's been displaying his incoming and outgoing costs. You see that he is. It looks like he is in the green, like he's doing fine, but actually you've spotted a couple of places where he's made errors, and he's actually quite significantly in debt to the Moon and Stars and a place called Bakery. Mostly to the bakery.
Oh no.
Well,
Well,
surely
that
there's-
debt's been
that's
erased.
Going to be collected.
With
Yeah,
the,
that debt's wiped away, is it not now?
with the repeated installments or the deductions in this particular ledger, it looks like he might have a bit of a pastry problem.
Honestly, man lives a stressful life. Let him have his pastries. How in debt is he?
Yeah, how far off is it?
So it looks like he's in about 500 gold pieces worth of debt, so he's made some significant errors in his record keeping. Everything else is perfect, but his money is bad. He's not doing well.
Is Randall talking about this out loud in any capacity?
The private financial state of the persons whose home you've just walked into.
No.
I mean, it's out on the wall, isn't it?
Or it's in his study that you guys have just walked into because that's the room he's in.
Okay. I didn't. I'm not saying I'm encouraging him to.
No, of course.
I'm just, I'm just asking if he's like mumbling or drawing attention to it, or had under his breath went, oh goodness, or 500,
Oh,
or
no, that's
know.
not right.
yeah, or that's not right.
Yeah.
Not that Early's gonna make a big deal out of it. I have tact. Okay.
I'm just kidding.
So
I know.
Randall's going to whip out a sheet of paper and just not to like write on somebody else's ledger, but will write like all of the corrections in there and then slip it in, close the book. Just while we're waiting.
Just whilst you're
So-
waiting.
And then at the end, it's just like, "You're welcome," a little smiley face.
Have you signed it?
Oh.
Like who it's from?
Yeah, you're welcome, Randall. Smiley
Okay, so I
face.
can watch
I had a big
Randall
plan
make
there.
the corrections, right?
Are you trying to be sneaky about it, Randall?
No, I don't think so. I don't think
so
he
yes.
would think that this is a thing you need to be sneaky about. It's just being helpful. It's just
being
making
helpful.
the numbers
Yeah.
right.
Helping
In
out.
which case, nobody would have noticed, yeah.
Okay. I think if he's out of earshot, very, very softly, very, very whispery, but stage whispering because Mike, is going to be like, do you think that he already knows and that he's hiding it?
But everything else is so precise. Why would I don't understand? Like how would he make all these mistakes?
That's a good question.
You can roll an insight check, or you could ask him, or whatever you'd like. But if you want to keep going, keep going.
She's
Yeah.
earlier just thought it was weird,
Yeah,
for everything else to be so precise. Anyway, we probably shouldn't mention that at all. You should probably take that piece of paper and put it away for now because we don't want to deter him ahead of time
Oh, but
from helping us.
okay.
No.
Even if I close
Well, we can give
in
it to him afterwards.
Okay.
No.
In the
You did a
meantime,
very good job. I just think that he might be upset.
In the meantime, Earl is kind of blustering around the room, like opening books and closing them again just for effect, stomping around.
Angry energy.
Sir Roderick, what are you doing here? You know I don't want to do this work no more. Listen, you're the only person that I know that can help us. These adventurers are maybe our only hope. You know what happened to the Purple Dragon Knights? I don't think they're going to help again. I know damn well what happened to them Purple Dragon Knights. I near well lost my head. See the burn marks over his scalp.
As long as you stay close to me, I can make sure you stay safe.
You don't think the Purple Dragon Knights can keep me safe? I thought they would keep me safe. I keep you safe. I keep everyone safe. By finding you the thing that you want to find, then I'll leave. And I'm thinking I'm going to be okay. These Dragon Knights are going to save me. No! These Dragon Knights died.
Yeah, but I can actually do it. Even from far away.
You don't know what you're asking me to do.
I don't want to go either.
Of course, he can say dragon. He's allowed to say dragon. He's saying purple
Mhm.
dragon knight.
Yeah, Yeah, he can say it because we're the ones that would be upsetting him if we say it. So he can say whatever. I don't want to go either, but somebody has to. But I don't know where to go.
Listen, you looking for something like that, you just look up into the skies. There you go. You're a master tracker now.
We did, and it got away.
Try one more time. It's just about persistence. Any of you trackers out here? You a tracker? You look like a tracker. He looks directly at Oro.
Yeah, do you know you have displacer beasts on the ground? It's very concerning.
I'm deeply aware of them.
Yeah, it's very concerning.
Well, they weren't
You
here
work
until
with
you
them?
were here.
That's also concerning.
Yes.
That's what we should be able to
Yes,
do with
it
the
is.
dragon.
So what you're saying to me is that if I leave the safety of my tree and I follow you on the ground where there is more displacer beasts to help you find a winged devil, my arch nemesis, that would be better for me than staying up here.
You didn't have to follow us on the ground.
Yeah, you could just
Can you fly?
hover.
Yeah, I got a bat. We could fly together.
Yeah.
Mm.
That'd be sick.
I can fly for a little bit every day. But I
The
should probably not do
skies
it.
are
unless
not
it's
safe.
important.
Well, neither is the ground.
Nowhere is safe except my house. I'm
What makes
safe
your
here.
house so safe?
It don't have no dragons in it. It don't have no displacer beasts in it. It's just
Yet.
got me and my trophies.
Have you
Trophies.
seen the town since yesterday?
I don't live in the town.
There were a lot of people that were in their homes that turned out to not be so safe. This
Well,
creature
I'm
is different.
hidden by trees. Bet you couldn't even find my place. You needed Sir Roderick's help.
We were trying to hurry. We probably could have found it eventually. It seems like you have some pretty obvious traps set up out there.
Well, maybe. I don't want people getting hurt.
You seem really
Like
nice.
me. I don't want to get hurt by no dragons.
If you don't want other people to get hurt, you can't just sit idly by.
I don't want other people to get hurt by me.
Oh. Yeah, I don't get that.
We just need some like help getting to them. You know, I don't want you to be there. I want you to be safe. But
Yeah.
we can't get there without your knowledge.
Or even really we just need to know where to go. We could get there on our own just fine as long as we know
Oh, you
where
don't
we're
stand
going.
a chance.
Why'd you say
You
that?
don't stand a chance. I mean,
Yeah,
unless
Alex.
you are some of the best trackers in the world, you ain't finding your way there. You're good. But
So
you're
you
not
already know where we need to go.
Damn right I know. I took the purple dragon knights there the first time.
Give us proper instructions, write them down.
Wait,
The wilderness is be changing.
is this creature in the same mountain cave as the last one?
I suspect it is.
I can get us there.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean?
Took over a place I used to live a long time ago.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. 'Cause it ain't there no more.
Oh. Okay, well then I can't take us there.
I mean,
Where's
it's
it at
there,
now?
but it's not
Oh.
like there, you know. Like
That stopped being my home when I left.
Now, it's not as easy as following and retracing your steps. Wilderness has changed since those purple dragon knights went out there.
You think even if I grew up on that mountain and in those forests that I still wouldn't find my way?
I think it would be unlike anything you've seen.
I mean, we've been to the Feywild. I think we can handle the Forest of Corney.
But we haven't been to the Shadowfell.
She's got that one right.
Why are the displaced beasts here? Because of us? Like, why is...
I don't know why they're here, but they showed up the same time you did.
I don't think it's necessarily us. I think they showed up at the same time that the dragon got nearby. And those crystals that it's breathing or summoning or whatever.
Maybe. But they were here before the dragon was.
Oh.
Maybe they were scouts.
Hey, DM question. When we found Sir Ronald Biscuit something.
Biscuit Thoughts, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
As named by the chat.
They had already encountered a dragon attack, and we knew that that was maybe a couple days before we got to town, right? Or the day before, or something.
Maybe the day of.
The day of.
Mm-hmm.
It must have been pretty fresh because that guy who was impaled was still barely alive.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. It couldn't have been more than, yeah, that's fair. Oh, God. Wait, what if it is following us? I thought we got here just in time when we found the other attack off the road by near where the snail was. But what if it was there because we're here? But we didn't come from that direction. So it couldn't...
Well, it can't be following us because it's slightly ahead of us. And if it is following us, even it is slightly ahead of us, then that's terrifying because it knows where we're going to be next.
So
We don't
just
even
need to
know
go
where we're
wherever
gonna
we're
be
going to
next.
go, and it'll be there. Easy. We don't need to track it.
No, release.
Wisdom with one.
No intelligence, only wisdom.
High five. No intelligence, only wisdom.
It's like inverse haiku.
You're just baffled by this, Tim. What the fuck are you on about?
It's funny too because I don't even my wisdom's not bad, but it's not super great. It's 15, but I guess really I shouldn't be all wisdom. I should be like no intelligence, all charisma, and a good amount of wisdom.
Listen, there's nothing you can do that'll persuade me to go with you. I don't need no money. I don't need no trinkets. I don't need no company.
Just slide him the letter of your
Randall,
finding.
can I have that piece of paper?
Oh, but I didn't think you wanted it now.
I think you did a very good job, and I think maybe you were right and I was wrong.
Okay.
The treehouse topples under the weight of that statement.
I neurally was wrong. Okay, Katie wasn't wrong. That goes in the calendar. How often that
Treehouse,
happens?
right back
She's just gonna gently hold the piece of paper out that shows the errors. Some of us are really good at paperwork and can't like help themselves when it comes to just
Fancy
sort of, like, seeing
spreadsheets
patterns.
aren't for me, okay? I've
That's
made
so-
enough fancy spreadsheets in my time. I'm happy with my own. I don't
Yeah, and
need
you're-
yours.
No, your work is impressive. It's the amount of information you've collected is unheard of. There's no reason why people
I think
would
it's
seek
safe
you
to
out.
say, and I'm unfortunately gonna have to step in here. I don't think Nerdy would be able to appreciate just how good these spreadsheets are.
I don't think so. I don't think Nurley can really appreciate it, but Randall was impressed.
Oh,
And I
okay.
think
So you're reading
Nurley
it
can
from that.
appreciate that Randall was
Right.
impressed.
Okay.
Right.
Sure.
That was my
Oh.
take on it. Was
Oh no, it's
Rip-
happened
Rip
again.
everything.
It's
Oh, no.
happened.
It's all gone wrong.
It's all gone
You're right.
wrong.
It's right. It's a good
Jack.
time for a bio
No, wait,
break.
no, I'm still right.
Yeah, you are still
I'm
right.
still me.
Everyone else
You're
is
the
changing.
only
Ah,
one. I'm
I
haiku now.
Jack
just
is now
went to
the dungeon
type in
master.
chat, and that's all I did.
How could you?
Oh,
Rookie mistake.
strange.
Oh dear.
Okay, well,
Do you think you just need like a new cord for your camera? Is it just a cable issue, you think, maybe?
I honestly don't know.
skill issue, Gray said.
I'm shaking my head.
Okay. Do you
I'm
need to
gonna
restart your
restart.
computer?
Oh, very
Let's
much
have
so.
a bio break whilst you do that, shall we?
I need to turn off at the plug.
We need a technical
God.
difficulties screen.
Turned off at the
I actually
plug.
have one, but I'm gonna leave up just a big crop of this call for when Jack comes back and if anyone comes back before.
Okay.
So we don't get mixed up again.
Right, for those of you who are new here, hi. How's it going? This happens somewhat frequently. We're going to go for a bio break. Oh, that's my dog.
Because the thing is...
We're fitting into our windows.
Okay. Hello.
There you go, I've transferred it,
I'm patting you on the head.
We'll go for a bio break. Our bio breaks are usually a couple of minutes long whilst we empty ourselves, refill drinks, go for a little bit of a stretch. We'll be back very shortly. But hopefully when Jack's camera's going to be fixed, we'll be back in just a sec. Have a little bit. This is the inside of a card I was given.
Inside of a car. Okay, I'll be running ads in the meantime. Enjoy this beautiful overlay. You are welcome. Oh, I don't have anything ready to cover up my camera.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Now I do. Goodbye.
BRBs. BRBs, even me's.
Boom. I've returned. Usually, when we go for a break, Jack has arrived just a couple of seconds before me. But he can't arrive a couple of seconds before me if he's not here. This is alien and uncomfortable. Way back in the day, I think it would usually be me coming back. Oh, that doesn't look positive.
No, it doesn't, does it?
That's an OBS virtual camera. Well, if we have to go without Jack's cameras, then we'll have to go without Jack's camera. Fingers crossed itself. I wonder if it's like a USB port problem rather than a camera problem. I had a USB port problem similarly a little while back for my light thing, so it wouldn't be surprising to me. There he is.
It's me.
No touching.
But it's no touching anything.
Hands off.
Impossible.
Someone
You're
has got
touching
to
hands.
roll for me.
We'll do the rolls.
Oh, you crit failed.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
I roll to attack Oro.
What the fuck?
I roll to attack myself.
My shit.
Funny
Thanks.
reference. That's a funny reference. Got one of my students had to fill in wanted to apply for something, so they asked me to help them out, and I only saw the email it's due tomorrow, and I saw the email
Just
like,
outright
last
skip
night.
eating.
So I
and
got
go
up this
straight to
morning and I
Tinker.
wrote a little bit of like feedback
Pretty
for them,
much all
and I
night.
sent it off. And I was saying to Jenny, the only reason I do any of this is because I want people to say thank you very much. That was really helpful. And I got an email through saying thank you very much. That was really helpful. I was like, yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's the only reason I work for anybody. I work for thank yous.
Thank you for the 125 biddies, Anonymous, for the tinkering all night long.
All night long.
I put my headphones back in just in time to hear the bit about the only reason I do anything is for the thank yous, and I was like, oh yeah, the replacing the dopamine you lack with creating your own reward system. I feel that. Mine's thank yous and stickers. That's the only thing that makes my brain give me the good shit.
Right, well, we're back and we've got a camera.
At the moment,
At the moment. Don't touch anything. No typing in chat.
Nope.
No rolling
Don't do it.
dice.
I just wanted to interact with people.
You got real physical dice. You could do that.
No, I don't own a set of D&D dice.
Oh my
Oh.
god. Well,
I only
Little dice
D6s in this
cams for
house.
everyone as well.
only d6s.
Only D6s.
Many, many
You haven't even
D6s.
opened. They're still pristine.
Wow.
Christine.
Well, I've seen Katie's dice. Maybe she's got some spare.
We talking
Alright,
about
just
dice?
send them over.
Right. Anyway.
What kind of dice you looking for? You looking for
Yes.
hand painted
opens,
dice
like,
from a
a-
Kickstarter?
Wow.
Looking for
Whoa.
fall themed with maple leaf glitter? Come on, camera. Come on, camera. It's because I have the pink lights on. It's hard to pick up the orange. Would you like Legend of Zelda D4s?
Oh, no, that I would.
Come on, camera. I'm gonna have to do
It's
the
a
makeup
weird-looking
influencer
D4.
bullshit. Yeah,
It's like a
it's to
lock.
avoid it being a Caltron. That's
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
what it is. Speaking of Legend of Zelda dice, would you like an entire green cat's eye set where all the top sides are Triforce?
Ooh.
What else do I have here? I got another Kickstarter cool geode looking dice.
Ooh.
Maybe if I just keep this hand up, then it won't have to refocus every time. I got bees.
I got bees. Oh,
Bees. And I got this one that's called Victorian Tea Room, which has real rose petals
Whoa.
and gold leaf
Fancy.
in it.
Wow.
Do you think
Back
the
when I
stuff-
had let me spend this kind of money on dice money.
Do you think the stuff in surely the stuff in the dice alters like how reliably it rolls.
Oh god, yeah.
Probably not enough to actually matter.
That's
Oh.
why
Yeah.
I don't
Unless it's like a
usually. Yeah, the B ones I don't think are going to be super good. I will say,
An actual
they
real
do-
bee.
oh god, yeah, it's just a hollow dice with a live wasp in it.
You can roll it, and if the bee gets agitated enough, even after it stopped rolling, it just rolls one more time.
Yeah,
like a one.
you train the bee.
I fucking hate bees. I
Rolls
fucking hate them so
big
much. I
time.
fucking hate bees.
Shake with eyes.
It definitely I see some of the inclusions that dice makers will use, and they're like heavy charms, and I'm like, there's no way you can account for this. But for like a little plastic thing like the bee, what they'll do is they'll usually do like a semi-pour where they make like a layer so that they can put whatever they're using right in the middle, and then do like a second pour over that so that the acrylic will like come together in the end and be solid, but they've like centered it as much as they can. But the ones that I typically get, that was a gift. I think it was really cute. The ones I typically get only have really small pieces, like little individual pieces of rose petals and gold leaf and stuff like that, so that it's like negligible compared to the weight of the acrylic.
I still think it's cool having dice with stuff in. I got some ducks.
Cute.
The way you find out, roll it like 1,000 times and record the outcomes.
That'd
A
be
small
fun thing for us
task.
to do.
Mhm.
Oh.
Just spend a whole weekend rolling the 7 dice over and over again. That sounds like a Randall activity. Recording all the numbers, seeing if there's a bias.
Right. So, as we were forced into a bio break, you guys were discussing the quality of Earl's ledgers.
Mm-hmm. Right. So your work, from what I can tell, is really impressive and expensive. He's really good
It's
at spreadsheets and history and information, and he seemed
I've never seen
impressed.
anything like it. It's meticulous. Do you share this with anyone?
No, these are from my own records.
Oh, I think I know some people would be really interested in that.
Oh, really? You think it's that good?
Oh, yeah.
His
Man,
entire life is
man, and the
paperwork, and
spreadsheets
he's in awe.
yourself, I see.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Like, and then Randall shows like the gold ledger, which has like all of our gold on it.
Oh, so you're good with money and spreadsheets. Now that's a man I can respect.
Right, and it seems like he just noticed a few problems with your record keeping.
Is
when
this
it comes to
Randall, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna maybe hand the piece of paper back to Randall and be like encouraging Randall to explain.
No, Randall, are you saying there's something wrong with this?
Oh, yeah, it's an easy mistake to make. You know, you've put quantity 2 here, but you've only written the price for 1 down, and you've done that several times, and then but you've forgotten to do the extra multiplication in there.
Oh, I
That's
see.
all. It's an easy mistake. Anyone can make that mistake.
Oh, I
It's-
see. Well, so I was more it's not my area, honestly. Gold has never really been something I'm passionate about. You know, I like my nature. I like tracking people and things and nature and all the come-ins and go-ins, but gold doesn't have personality to me. You know, and I'm less invested in it. I'm sorry for the pun there, but I'm not into money, you know, and I know I try to transfer my skills from one to the other, but I've never been very good at not. And now you're saying that there's a small error. You're saying there's just a small problem. Is that right?
Yeah, just well, I mean, it's a small problem, but it's happened a few times. Yeah, it's like you know, it's just every now and then there's where you bought more than one pastry, you've not accounted for the extras properly.
Now, Randall, you may be able to see from my ledger there. I'm gonna overlook the fact that you've been looking through my personal belongings. Because I respect you and your work. You may notice there that I have a little, somewhat of a pastry problem.
Oh, is that not a normal amount of pastries to buy? I don't buy pastries.
I would probably say no, it's not. Now, I've maybe made that mistake a lot of times. Are you saying to me that there's some problem with the money?
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, it's probably easier if you just... So I wrote the corrections up here. I was going to leave it in your ledger for you to find, but Nurali told me not to, and now she's telling me to show you, so here you go.
So, if I'm to understand this correctly, where I previously thought I had 250 gold pieces, I'm actually negative 500 gold pieces.
Yes?
Oh my.
I did check it.
That's a lot. That's a lot of money, Randall. Are you sure?
I checked it. I can check it again.
I mean, if it wouldn't be too much bother, I'd appreciate it.
Well, yeah, sure.
How long do you think it takes, Randall? That's, a year's worth of accounting.
I think now that he knows, because he knows what the error is, it's not, and it's like a repeated error. It's really obvious to spot, and that's why he could find them so quickly before.
Right.
He noticed that one was wrong, and then just saw that mistake repeated over and over and over again.
Sure. So it takes you just a couple minutes.
So 2 or 3 minutes, depending on how long the ledger is, and how many pastries are bought.
he paces around. Oh, I see. Yes, no, you're right. This is pervasive problem. Crops up many times, and those pastries there down at the bakery, they were never cheap. I may be in some financial difficulty. Don't suppose any of you want to buy a wyvern's tail? Maybe 500 gold pieces?
While they're having that conversation, I would love to be reaching into the bag of holding and pulling out 750 gold pieces from the party at gold. Because he thought he was 250 up, right?
This is a man who you could pay to do some tasks for you.
Yep. So once I have a... Go ahead.
Randall is very close to just offering the money.
Yeah.
Because when he was first writing the note out to put in the thing before Nurali took it, he was going to also put the money in there to balance the spreadsheet as well.
Oh, that's so
You're giving that amount of money away without speaking about it first?
We have our own lines of gold.
Yeah,
we have Randall's line of gold.
Yeah.
The spreadsheet tracks who spent what when and who's got what money from where, so you can spend it.
Wow.
Reminder that we literally just got 10,000 gold from the speedrun, right?
What? We haven't.
We
someone
did.
who made the same basic math error repeatedly.
But
you've got your 2,500 share, like everybody else.
Yeah. So you
don't even know
Nuggets
money anymore because they don't even exist.
We don't exist. What do you mean we don't exist?
The business exists.
But the person who he owes money to doesn't. It doesn't matter.
But it might. We don't know.
There. Just get rid of it. Just scribble it all out.
Listen, that's not how businesses work. Okay. Someone's going to inherit that business, and you're going to have to deal with. Someone else want to name the heir of Cultic Syllables business? Well, they're gonna get a fucking talking letter arriving to them the same way that Randall did.
Probably done bugger all to earn that inheritance.
Sold to Column.
Finally,
You can interject. It's not like pulling out 750 gold points is like a quick or easy process. She's definitely having to pile them into her skirts or something that she's turned into a bag. So feel free to interject at any point, Randall, as Nurali starts scooping gold out.
Randall does not notice because he is busy either checking the numbers or explaining it to.
Oh, okay.
To Earl.
I think there's also a certain degree of Randall being so accustomed to neurally digging in the bag for sprouts that it's
Yep.
like doesn't even register anymore.
Hmm.
So while he's like mid panic, I'm gonna scoop out all this gold and I'm just gonna like wait for them to have like a lull in conversation.
Now, my line of work usually pays quite well, but I had planned on never doing it again. I didn't expect to need to have to go find the flying beasts. The last time didn't go too well for me or the people who hired me.
What if this time I made sure you had enough to cover your debt, have as much money as you thought you had, and then the promise that as long as you're within 50 or so feet of me, that I can make sure that you are okay. And you don't have to take us all the way there. You just have to take us to the point where you know that we can get there despite whatever weirdness is going on.
And afterwards, I can offer you a sanctuary of where people would really love to see all of these things you've written.
Now that there sounds like a good offer.
Or listen to your tales. You must have some long tales.
Oh, I had a long tail.
Oh, I meant stories.
Got burned off.
Oh no.
Haiku remembering all the times they've had to do a life-threatening quest for the slightest piece of advice.
Aiku's just stood there listening to this conversation, like vibrating in place, trying to keep everything in.
Jaded by the
a slight
Feywild.
rattle from the items on the shelf.
The slowly
What a-
building rattle from the corner.
One of my favorite things about Haiku is Haiku doesn't want to be an adventurer. It's like a family business they got stuck in. And so, like, whereas adventurers are like, yeah, sure, like, all I have is time. I just have all these skills. I'll trade the skills and danger for advice, clues, money, whatever. And Haiku is like, no, I don't want to be doing any of this. I just want to be out on the road and looking for this thing. And I unfortunately have to do these things in order to find that thing.
I feel like Haiku wouldn't mind so much if the rewards weren't a couple of words of guidance instead of, like thousands and thousands of gold pieces. Maybe that's not so bad.
Yeah, it's not so bad, but it's like when...
Listen, advice is worth money. Some
We
people
never get
trade.
that much.
Some people trade in secrets and information, and that
That's true.
costs money. Well, they just don't take your money because they'd rather.
Haiku
take
ever
your-
breaks away from this group, there is a long list of people we've met in the past who will be being visited.
This
God.
truly is the start of Haiku's evil playthrough.
Next campaign is just Haiku, the BBEG.
Oh my god, you're hunting someone who's going back around murdering past people that you've worked with, and you get to the end and it's just Haiku over the bloody messy body of like the fucking.
With a red hat on.
Oh shit.
no! Truly like a psychotic break and like has like an identity
my
fracture and there's
It's like the
a-
dream you had.
Oh,
Wait,
Oh
shit, yeah.
my
Oh, yeah.
god.
Wait, what dream?
Oh, fuck.
I've forgotten.
There was a dream that Haiku had a dream where it was they looked in the reflection of that balancing scale and they saw.
Yeah,
Oh my god!
I forgot about
Write that down, write that down.
that. Oh, could be true.
Look at this expert storyteller putting these ideas into our heads so much so that it like actually comes to fruition.
And he says, I think I'd be willing to take you up on that deal. I need to make it clear to you, though, that I'm the second that dragon shows up, I'm out of here. As you may have heard of my friend, I'm not a big fan of other people using the term.
Yeah.
Just because I don't like it.
We should agree on another word to use then, so we're all on the same page.
Sure.
What
Flying
would you
devils
suggest?
sounded nice.
Wagon?
You said that earlier. Oh. Not flying devil. Okay.
I mean, whatever you think works best for your vernacular. Maybe wagon's too close to dragon.
Flying wagon, yeah.
Pineapple.
Just sounds like you have a little bit of trouble with the word pineapple, right? It's like a word that's safe to use.
Yeah. What about pineapple?
It's like a word.
I read
that's
it in a
safe to
book.
use.
I used the word pineapple.
I could do that. I
Do
think
we even
that's
know
fine.
what pineapples are?
That's fine. We're all on the same page. We all get it. I think. Oh, Jack doesn't get it.
No, that was a joke. I do
Oh
get
no,
it.
Jack's too young to get it.
I get
One
it.
day,
You
Jack.
said he got
Haikus-
it.
Jack, you reckon
Yeah,
one
Jack's too
day.
young
No,
to
no,
get
I
it. The
can-
One
only
day,
character
Jack, one
in this
day.
session who has gotten laid multiple times.
No, he'll get it one day. He'll get it one day. Don't worry. Don't worry, Jack. You'll understand.
when you're older.
You'll understand one day. I think haiku would be familiar with pineapple.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh,
No.
Haiku is everything I'm not.
you're smart. What?
Yeah, I don't like to admit that though. Forget it.
Doesn't make it not true. This is like the good, the like more positive side of like it's not a crime if you're not caught. Like yes, it is. It still is. It's still true. You know. Silly. You're silly. Yeah, negative self-talk frog.
I'll say I would prefer to get this business concluded as soon as possible.
Where should I put this?
She's still just got all these gold coins like in like her skirts, basically.
And I will say that I would prefer to take my payment up front, knowing the nature of what happens to people that meet pineapples.
Yeah, that's fair. So where?
Just put it on there on that table there, and I'll tuck it away somewhere safe.
Just leaves this mound of gold.
I'll put it away when you're not in the room. I like to keep
Yeah.
my money safe and secure where people who have come to my home can't see it.
We should be
That's
giving
fair.
him half, not the full amount.
Haiku, shut up.
I take the full amount when it's possible the people who are paying me may die and not be
Yeah.
able to give me the latter half of the gold.
Yeah, I think that's really fair, honestly. Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna safely dump it all out.
Don't worry, it came from my share, Haiku.
Dump it all out. Nerly
Well,
also
that's-
doesn't care too much about money.
It's very
she-
kind.
Haiku cares a lot about money.
Haiku cares a lot about a lot of things, but not about arguably the things that you would think that they would care
That I
about.
should
like
be
not
caring
passing
about.
grades. Yeah. Nerly didn't say that word. Katie said that word.
I've biffed my pronunciation there, Grace. I was hoping no one noticed, but I'm glad you pointed it out. Thank you very much. Now, if you would all leave the room for a moment so that I may put this away, perhaps we can get started sooner rather than later. We can get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Are you
Shuffle out.
prepared? Have you got everything you need?
Yeah, but we should really take Sir Roderick back. We don't want to
Yeah.
leave him in the...
Oh, I think he'll be fine.
Mm.
Oh no, there are displacer beasts out there. No, we should definitely take him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that I don't think you can handle yourself, Sir Roderick. I just don't like leaving people alone.
No, there are displacer
Has-
beasts out there, and I'm quite happy with being taken back. That's fine. Thank you very much.
Great. Okay, we'll go to the other room.
Well, you hear some loud clunks and the sound of metal dragging across some wood. Some more clunks, some whirs, some clicks. A lot of gold being dropped into something.
Does it
And
sound
then
like
a
it's hitting a lot of
scraping
other
sound. Scraping sound. No, it does not.
It's not like this is the decoy ledger.
Some more scraping
Oh my
sounds, some more
God.
clicks and whirs. And then eventually the door opens and the study does not seem to be disturbed.
While there's all the clicking and whirring going on, Nerly's like,
You can mark that I took 750. You can mark that out of my share, Randall, on your book.
I marked it out of both of our shares.
Oh. Okay.
Oro looks. Oh no. Should I be have?
Should
do
I?
have to
Should
pay
I
for this?
say that I?
Haiku doesn't give a fuck.
I can notice that Orodum is just sort of like gives like a slight shake.
Okay.
You know you're in the morally grey area when you're on the same side as Haiku.
Hey, it's 2v2. The pie
Can't believe
is
you're taking
perfectly
Haiku's side
split,
on this.
and I would like to keep it that way.
This is
Perfectly
the
split.
typical. This is the typical party. The button pushers
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
not button pushers. And one time I tried to be a button pusher and it was the wrong thing to do, and I knew I was on the right side of history from the beginning. Not a button pusher. Besides, how often does an adventurer get to become the quest giver for once, right? I get to feel like the quest giver when I'm paying somebody.
I mean, yeah. Quest is to escort you guys to dangerous place.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, sure enough, you take Sir Roderick back to Weymouth, where you are given the opportunity to say goodbye.
Bye.
Well, Sir Roderick, thank you so much for your help. I really appreciate you.
Well, it's been a pleasure, adventurers. It's been the completionists to work alongside and to enjoy the company of the people who beat my record I set so many years ago in the speedrun tournament. What incredible people you are! What amazing things you will go on to do.
I hope so.
Haiku hands Sir Roderick a note with a wink.
Does the wink on the note, or is it? The
Well,
note?
no, wink. As they
Opens
hand
it
the
up and
note.
it's just a winky.
Yeah. He, to read later.
Advisable.
We'll keep it secret and safe. It's been a pleasure to have met all of you. Best of luck on your adventures, and I hope we meet each other again in the future. Be safe.
You too.
I go to shake his hand, and then I'm like, "Can I have a hug?"
Of course you can. Of course you can. He's very little in stature because he's a kobold. So he's spindly,
yeah.
but it's a reassuring hug regardless.
Yeah, they just had a really good conversation.
Is anyone else looking for a hug from Zaddy?
Yeah, I want a hug.
Oh, I've had my fill.
He dishes out the hugs.
Did you?
Did you?
Turns out Haiku's a bottom.
Grace, help.
It's a shell. It's just so heavy. You can't really go the other way.
That's fair, honestly. That's fair.
Yeah, it's a good point. Good point. Good excuse as well. Good excuse.
Needs must. Right. Well,
Hope see you soon.
you leave Weymouth with a hug or a high five or a handshake or whatever it is that you look for. As you find your way to the main road out of Weymouth, we continue on the Ranger's Way as you follow Earl, or Early Bird gets the worm as he marches alongside you. Whilst you're on the road, he will occasionally kind of jet off it above the trees above you. And scout around and come back about 30 minutes later, and he'll report anything unusual that he sees on the road. And he says, "Now you're about to see that the world out here is changing. It's not what it used to be. So if you've been here before, we might start going into territory you don't recognize."
Okay.
As he mentions that to you, and about 30 minutes later, you hit kind of a dense fog. It's starts to very slowly pass over the party, and eventually kind of gets thicker and heavier. It's not impossible to see. It's in kind of like some areas it's denser than others, so it'll be like a big patch of fog with nothing else around it, and then as you pass through that, there'll be more fog in different areas. So it's a bit like almost like clouds, almost at like a ground level. So there are big areas where there are loads of dense fog, and then there are areas where there's not so much. But the light that starts to, like, from God rays falling through the trees, starts to diminish. And it's about midday now. You've been on the road for about an hour or so. And it's not pitch black, but it's dark. And the light that's coming through the trees is negligible at this point. It may as well be like a moonlit night.
But it is moonlit. I'm kidding.
Moonlit in lighting,
I know, I'm kidding.
more so than moonlit than actual moons.
So is this because of the dragon? She's asking Earl when they come back from a sweep or whatever.
No, I'll say this. I'm an expert at tracking dragons. The pineapple, you might have said. But I'm by no means an expert.
Did I say dragon? I meant to say pineapple.
I think you said dragon.
I did say dragon.
But I'm no expert on much else. I've spent time tracking their ilk and have become familiar with some of their ways. But as time goes on, I find that every single one of them is different. Every single one of them has their own mannerisms, their own quirks, their own personality, and some of them are kindly, some of them are not. And it's important to recognize that each has their own threat. Though I've known that many of the greater dragons do tend to have effects on the environment around them. I do suspect that this here is not a natural formation of clouds and darkness at midday on the ground.
Yeah. I don't remember anything like this in these woods either, so.
Now this tapping dragons. Did you tapping?
Tappin', I'm assuming being a euphemism.
Haha. Tracking dragons. Now, I can make some assumptions, but I don't want to make no conclusions.
That's fair. Especially if every pineapple's different.
Every pineapple is different. Now, while we are on this road, there are some landmarks that we can use to get ourselves from A to B.
Okay.
Those landmarks are where we're going to have to go by. Consider it a railroad from A to B.
Okay.
It's a very funny meta DM joke there.
Yeah, I laughed to myself.
I
Also,
didn't
season's first
actually
pumpkin
see
spice
that that was
latte.
the Papyrus one. Oh, nice. I think I've never tried one, but I can imagine it's good.
Yeah, it's like pumpkin pie and a drink, but not as sweet.
As far as I'm concerned, the sweeter the better. Whatever drink, make it sweet as possible. Remove all the
Fair.
caffeine. No coffee flavors. Regardless, I'm thinking we will have to find these places. Once we get to some of the last ones, I'll be able to maybe leave you to it. Because I will not be able to give you any further information. I've been through this wood for many years. Very few times have I had to track pineapples from this particular vicinity.
Yeah, because usually there were people living there.
Previously, there weren't dragons, for sure.
Yeah.
Most oftentimes, it's smaller dragons doing some reconnaissance. Dragons tend to have their own zones, regions, territory is the term I would use, where they might have several layers. Now,
Layers of what?
layers, as in Lair.
Like a home.
Smaller ones will have fewer of them. The larger of the layers tend to be inhabited by large dragons. Now, your previous home, I believe at one time in a distant past, was the lair of a dragon. Before your company found its place there.
Oh.
And that's what made it such a prime target.
Do you know when the last pineapple took up residence there again?
The most recent of them?
The one that was killed before this one.
No.
Okay. When did this one take up residence there?
It was killed shortly after it moved. After.
After.
After it arrived. From what I understand, there was a bloody mess. No purple dragon knights survived, and neither did the residents.
Hmm.
What Neurali was wondering was, did this happen around the time she left? Was the place like protected because she was there, like unbeknownst to them? Was what like kind of her line of questioning was going. So if he doesn't know, then she'll just kind of
Hard to say.
trail off in thought. Yeah.
Okay. I feel like horror movie ads should have the option to show another ad as well. I'm so
I
far
agree.
behind that. Like I fully. I hate that they decide to only show them at nighttime.
Yeah, what the fuck is that about?
Like they're just like, here's the spookiest time to show
Like-
horror ads.
I've had them during the day on like not
Okay, maybe it's more
mature rated
prevalent
channels.
Right.
on not mature related channels.
Yeah, like on like number file and stuff, which are
Maybe it's like just the general AdSense whatever has got down in their algorithm that you're of
Spook
the
is
right
fun.
age.
Some people would consider maths pretty scary.
true.
Yeah. I've had a conversation about ads a lot recently because I only get ads for the military. I'm like, y'all been trying to recruit me for a long time, and you want me even less now than you've ever wanted. Army. I get the Kraft cheese commercial where they put a piece of sliced American cheese melted on a pie, like a fruit pie. Why they would do that, I don't fucking know.
What?
But I'll never forget the image of that like cherry pie going across the screen with a fucking piece of cheese melted on it, and I was like, some things don't need cheese, okay? I love cheese, but that is too much. Those are the two ads I get over and over and over, and then lately it's been I think like a car buying one, but it's an army ad almost every single time, and I'm like, you don't. I'm old.
You don't know me.
I'm so leftist. You don't want me. Yeah, I would I wouldn't last, or I would ruin everyone's day. You don't want why are you showing me this ad?
I don't
Anyway.
want to buy a military. Can I get that?
Okay.
I keep getting
So-
this really like British film that's come out, and it just like shouts at me as soon as it starts, and it's scary every time. I don't know what it is.
Well, that's the biggest problem with ads, is they're all different bloody volumes.
Yeah.
So you know, like
yeah.
YouTube or your TV on at like a certain level, when an advert comes up and it's super quiet, so you maybe turn it up a little bit because it might partially interest you, and the next advert after that blows your bloody ears off.
You know, it's funny. That used to be a thing that happened in America. They were doing they were testing like subliminal messaging shit, where the ads on TV, like before like when everything was analog, the ads on TV would be louder than the shows, so that they were like more noticeable, more present, more like in your face, and they had to like outlaw. It got so bad and so like prevalent that they had to like make laws about the volume levels of ads versus the shows. But I guess those laws, because it happened so long ago, aren't applicable to like streaming stuff. So I've noticed, I don't do a lot of TV watching, but I watch Twitch a lot, and the ads are always way louder than like whatever it is that I'm watching. And I'm just like, the law didn't apply. Twitch didn't exist at the time.
I hate it, but I really love the idea of pineapple on pizza being the shit name. That's really funny.
Wait, what's pineapple on pizza? Oh, besides an abomination?
The shit name for Zaddy times haiku. Also,
oh, no!
You want to know what's an abomination on pizza? Sweet corn! Stop doing it! Stop putting sweet corn on pizza! I swear to God, stop it! We've recently changed the place that we do our shopping, and every goddamn pizza has sweet corn on it. Every single one. What do you mean one?
What?
The fucking vegetable one had it on there.
Did it?
Nice,
Okay.
like,
Dude.
The vegetable, that makes sense.
Stop putting sweet corn on pizza. It's a stupid texture.
Never seen corn on a pizza in the US.
You don't want a
That's
popping
like a very
sensation
UK
in
thing.
your mouth whilst you're eating a pizza, a delicious, melty pizza. I'm so mad about it.
That's like
Is it
crunched
cooked?
vegetables.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
Corn's not even. Corn is okay. My dad used to call corn rinta food. It is the most useless of foods. It has almost no nutritional value. You can't even digest it properly.
It comes
I don't know
out
why
the
we
same
eat so
way.
much corn. Yeah, that's why my dad called it rinta food.
Yeah.
Because you just have it for a little while. You don't get to do anything with it. It goes back.
Even
It
if you're not
returns
eating
to the
sweet
earth in
corn,
which it
it's
came.
still there.
Yeah.
People in pineapple pizza sounds divine. Get out of here, papaya. I know you're just trying to rile me up.
Only yellow toppings, right?
It's a like they do the smoothies where it's like gold machine, green machine. This is a gold machine pizza. It's just corn and pineapple and cheddar cheese. Yeah, no, y'all have a lot of I don't want to say weird toppings that we don't have here, but I've never seen tuna as a topping for pizza in the US either. So maybe y'all just need to get on the US
I'm
pizza
in the
train.
I'm in the minority for people who like tuna on
I
pizza.
know
I'm
you.
well
That's
aware. I know that there's
Not even an
no
option over
it's not controversial in that there are lots of people on either side and it's like a hotly debated topic. I know that I'm in the minority, but it's delicious. And if you haven't tried it, then you don't get an opinion as far as I'm concerned.
I know if I'll like a food like
I can't believe you're
99.9%
saying
of the
all this
time.
about corn in front of docs. We have a meme about docs loving corn.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We went on a holiday and Docs was very keen to get a barbecue going that had some corn on the cob.
Oh yeah, it's corn.
I
you
mean,
love
corn on the
barbecue
cob
was
is
good.
great.
It's really good, and we all enjoyed it. But it was a very funny meme that has persisted.
Mhm.
Docs is the corn boy.
It was good corn. It's just the first time around it took about 90 minutes to cook.
Oh yeah, it took a long time.
There's a
fine.
little song about it. It's corn. It's got the juice.
The
Can't
juice.
imagine a more beautiful thing.
Okay, sounds good. Actually, the tuna is amazing. It's
Oh,
really, really
no.
good. Really, really
You've
good.
just
And
started
you
to
know
be
what?
able to eat
The
things
most-
like pizza. Don't ruin it with tuna. Anyway.
The most amazing combination for me is to have tuna and pineapple and like some jalapenos on it. Divine, amazing, incredible.
Are you
So good.
are you fucking with me right
No,
now?
seriously, it's really
He's
good.
serious.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good because
I'm
tuna
so
like
glad you came to visit me
We've
before I
lost
learned this
Jack.
information.
Jack.
Okay, oh, Jack.
Jack,
he's typing
See,
in
Jack
chat.
had to leave.
He's typing in chat.
the one thing.
Restart right now, Jack.
I just wanted to
you're
make
not
a
allowed
corner
to-
about pizza about how it was of relevance to me.
God, restart and buy a
Devil's
second
disc.
monitor. Jesus Christ.
The devil's discs.
That was his
Wait,
final
Where's
words.
the devil's disc? Is that a pizza? The devil's disc?
He doesn't like melted cheese. Maybe
Yeah.
it's best that you. Maybe it's best you leave, Jack.
Jenny, do you have any? Do I have to disown you about food now?
No,
Have you
no,
weird food
no.
stuff?
I'm picky, but I like melted cheese, so it's okay. You don't have to
Okay,
disown me.
good. And not tuna on pizza?
No.
Okay, good.
I think
What
you're
about
right.
you, Docs? What do I have to disown you for when it comes to food?
I don't know. I don't do
I
anything.
don't know.
Plain pasta. Pasta on its own. No sauce. Plain pasta.
A lot
That's
of
Dox's
people.
thing. What do you
a
mean a
lot
lot
of
of people? Literally not
Yeah.
a single thing you're about
Just
to say
with
after a lot of
butter
people
in.
in reference
you-
to plain
Just
ass
butter.
pasta.
Put butter
It's
and a little bit
butter.
of garlic on it or
Oh
something,
my
right?
God.
Pepper. Butter and
Oh
pepper.
my
It's delicious.
God.
Butter and pepper.
Jeez.
Buttered
Oh
noodles.
my God.
I wouldn't say that I like buttered noodles, but it is a very common, like... I don't like macaroni and cheese either. I love melted cheese, but the like box macaroni and cheese that people love, that cheese, I don't like it. So I get, but
Jenny,
so
you've
I
got
think
a
the
reason
people
to
who
we don't have anything
I
against
like-
Katie, but Jenny can
I
find
like
Katie if it is.
well, I like mac and cheese if it's made properly with like real cheese. Or like shells and cheese is good. The Velveeta fake cheese is good. Just the powdered cheese has a weird flavor to me. But
Powdered
okay,
cheese?
here's what you can disown me about food over. I got it. The only way, so I grew up real poor, and so mac and cheese was a thing that came up a lot. It was a cheap food, right? Cheap and easy to make, especially for something that the kids would like. All the kids loved mac and cheese, but me. So the way that mom could get me to eat boxed mac and cheese, like Kraft blue box powdered cheese shit, I liked it if she put peas in it.
Oh
So
no!
macaroni and cheese and peas.
No.
So good. It's
Peas
so good.
deserve to go to hell.
What?
Open up hell, put peas
you
in
might
it.
as well have said sweet corn. Oh my God. Turns out the
Ugh.
answer to the prompt was just getting people to talk about their cancelable food opinions and you'd be everything's
At each other's throats.
This is yeah.
Oh, is he back? He's
everything-
back.
We got a little blue
Nice.
steel when you came back too. That was nice.
Oh yeah, he's given the
Um,
model pose.
I'm
Yeah.
very sorry.
It's okay.
I'm just typing.
Just
Oh,
open the
no.
stream on your phone and just type on your phone
The
instead
phone's
of.
turned off.
Oh no! You turned your phone
He
off?
turns his
Yeah,
phone
I-
off.
My phone gets turned off at like 7 o'clock at night, and I don't turn
You
it back on
don't
again.
like melted cheese and you managed to turn your phone off? What's it like being
Don't need
neurotypical?
it. I don't need it.
I'm not sure how to describe Jack.
I really wouldn't describe me as that. That's the last thing anyone would describe me as. Oh.
That was a joke about phones
Oh,
being dopamine
dear me.
machines.
Oh dear me.
I don't actually know if you're neurotypical. No.
Okay.
Maybe you're the only one of us that is neurotypical, and that's why everybody's like, nah, you're weird, right? You're weird too. Just a different weird, but it's just because you're. I'm kidding.
Lima beans
Just feels
deserve a
weird to-
trip now. Lima beans? Which one are lima beans?
Oh, lima beans are the ones that are green but look like kidneys. They're gross.
Oh, yeah, they're pretty gross.
They're like really. Are they
Yeah.
like really dry when you eat them?
Yep.
I-
Real
And, like,
dry and
are
gritty.
those the ones that are really like crunchy, gritty ones? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, really gritty. I don't like gritty.
Yeah,
That's
no,
why I
that's
don't
not
like
what
I'm
pears.
not a fan of green beans as well. I don't know why people keep putting green beans in things.
Ooh, I do like green beans. See, we grew up vegetarian, so I like a lot of vegetables. I pretty
What's that
much like every vegetable. It was nice. I have a deep appreciation for food that's good for me.
I love me a
Um,
green vegetable. Green veggies. proper.
Jenny!
But I don't like okra. A lot of people don't like vegetables, and I think that's because you haven't had access to the types of vegetables you would like, because they're probably less like common to get in your area, or they're a little more expensive, and B, preparation.
Yeah.
Preparation
It's
is
mostly
everything.
the preparation. I
Yeah.
can't be like a lot of the veggies that I was given as a kid were like it's common in Britain to boil veggies, like
Mhm.
boiled
Which
broccoli,
takes all the
boiled
nutritional
cheese.
value out of it.
It
Anyways,
also
so why are you
just
even bothering to
fucking
make people
gross.
eat it?
Stop
Yeah.
boiling veggies.
Yeah.
Stop it.
We found a meat jar
Anyway,
in a field.
let's play some
Wait.
D&D before we
Yeah,
It
do
was
let's
this.
just a
now that
mason
we're all
jar
back.
full of
Before we
meat
wait.
in the
You
forest.
steam them or you roast them.
What the fuck?
The worst geocache ever.
Some Brussels sprouts halved with some like bacon in there and a little butter and some seasonings.
Little bit of pepper.
Yeah, pepper for sure.
Pineapple, chicken, and mushrooms. That tastes really good.
Thank you for the
I'll taste it
200
tomorrow, so
biddies,
I'll say that.
Anonymous, for the worst geocache ever. that I tried to stop people talking, but it was too late. I couldn't.
It's one of my favorite sound alerts. That one.
Me
Not
too.
even.
I miss it.
It's one of the it's one of those ones where it's just me listening to my own voice for ages, which is not not my favorite thing. My favorite thing is that it's an Adam story, because Adam stories are great. But it's the best bit about it is Docs just saying worst geocache ever. It lives rent free in my brain. It's my favorite thing. Anyway, D&D. You guys are on the road, sure enough. And after a full day of travel, you are getting to the late. What you are assuming now is the late evening, because the light is fully withdrawn from the sky, and the fog is, getting denser as you go. Earl returns from a trip. The part of it that lives rent free is Tom's "What the fuck?"
Yeah. The super enunciated. What the fuck? That is the first part, and the second part is the worst geocache ever for me.
But Earl returns and says, "I know it's late, but we're pushing for a reason. We're nearly at the first of the waypoints that I'm leaving along here. The first station of our railroad." He doesn't know what he means when he says that, because he's not. The railroads don't exist, but you know what I'm saying. I think it's a good place for us to rest up. If we can push it just a little bit longer in the darkness, I think we'll all be happy resting somewhere with company.
So Randall has a new experience, or not a new experience, a relived experience.
Yeah.
Because before, Randall could see in the dark, but he can no longer see in the dark.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So you've had almost the security. Like, it's a weird thing because distance vision is somewhat in itself a security, because you can see further than 120 feet if something was charging down the road. But the ability to see in the dark is such a distinct advantage. What a wild change.
Non-fire, 0.
There aren't any.
Like that,
We've
but
actually
I can.
removed D6s from the game.
I hope this helps. It's right. If you can save your D6s for Tom for when we get into combat sessions, and then you'll make some real enemies. Then you'll make some real enemies.
Yeah, I only caution you to know that you will be on Ginny and possibly my shit list depending upon how many D6s. I'm fine with 1 because we all get 1. More than that, I start to give you the side
eye. So surely enough, within the next hour, you're definitely pushing it at this point. You find yourself at a kind of he's taken you a little bit off the beaten path at this point. You find yourself in a small clearing in which is blossoming a single flower. It's an orchid that is quite tall and singular.
Not some kind of like grassy goat attached to it, is there?
There is no grassy goat attached to it.
Thank fuck.
It's only a very small. No, I mean roll a nature check.
I was gonna say I don't feel like
I'll help.
Can I? And this isn't me doing Katie bullshit. I grew up here. Could I have advantage on the roll?
Well, you're getting advantage on the roll from Oro anyway.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, all right, nature. Oh, good. A 1 and a 2.
You've never seen an orchid.
To roll.
I'm gonna spend a sorcery point to re-roll one of
That
them.
next to Randall's roll is so funny.
Please.
This is this is a metaphor for my life right here.
That's a screenshot.
What the fuck?
Oh my god! But I'm helping you, right?
Yeah. You're helping.
Roll again.
Oh, do I get to?
She's helping you. You get to roll it again.
Okay, sure.
Roll a 1.
Oh, thank God.
Imagine you roll a fucking hell.
1, 2, 2, 1.
Fucking hell. With a 15, you have not seen an orchid before. But that doesn't mean it's not native. It just means that you perhaps just haven't been lucky enough to bump into one.
Okay.
So it is a light blue, but the color is definitely diminished by the kind of the lack of light.
Okay, so Nerly's about to get real weird. I'm gonna go like get down on my hands and knees next to the flower and be like, Thistle? And she's like, I've never seen one of these here before.
Striding up next to you, Earl kind of says, "Sweetheart, that ain't the password." And he leans down to the to the flower, and he whispers something under his breath, and the flower turns towards him, as if a flower like directs itself towards the sun almost. And the trees in front of you don't move really, but there's just a change almost in the parallax where you realize that they weren't quite as dense as they were before, and actually there is somewhat of a small path through. Now, after me. And he kind of leads you forward.
The fuck was that?
What? What? What?
Huh?
She gets up like dusting. Well, her dress can't get dirty, but she can't help but to like absentmindedly like dust off her clothes as if that were a thing that needed to happen. And is just so confused. Oh, parallax. Is that I literally heard Parthenax, and I'm like, that's not what he said. I'll have to ask.
Well, we are
later
hunting
what
a
it
dragon.
was. Oh my god, that's true. Oh my god. Wow.
You guys gonna
weird.
follow him through?
Yeah.
Yeah.
While I'm asking, what? But quietly, very quietly, stage whisper.
I've let them know that we're coming ahead of time.
Okay.
So as you pace through the trees, it takes you about 10 minutes to walk through the dense vegetation. You start to see that whilst there is still no strong light, there is a bit more color, almost just a tad, just a shade. Where outside there was almost like a grayness to your surroundings.
Are we in the field
now-
again?
Please.
No.
Please don't.
Okay.
There's just a
I will quit.
slight hue. As the path leads in front of you, you see a small hut. The grass here is denser and soft, like a carpet almost. There is wildflowers growing, but no thistles. You don't feel any like roots or anything under your feet. It's like it really is like a large carpet. It's kind of fluffy and bouncy. And you walk along it like you found someone's home, really, a little sanctuary somewhere where there is a little bit more color, like a bubble of some kind that is protected from the darkness outside. And sure enough, you walk up to another little wooden hut, and Earl.
Maybe
kind of
I just
knocks
shoot
gently
one
on the
little
door.
sacred flame in
Tap, 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 tap. The door swings open slowly, and you wait expectantly for someone to answer it, until a small raccoon opens the door. Hey, what's up? Hey, Oro. Hi, guys.
They say hi, Oro.
Yeah.
I examine the
It's-
raccoon.
It's Tux.
It's her? What? Who's it?
It's Tux.
From the pub. Oh
Mhm.
my god. Tux, it's
Tux.
you!
I don't remember this.
It's
This-
when you
this is
guys all went
Tux.
away, and I was taught how to do the healing darts. It was with
Huck and Tux.
Huck and Tux, yeah.
We
Yeah.
have
Right.
briefly met them, but very much keep Oro safe.
Yeah,
Type
as
of
they came in
business.
the door, you
Mm.
saw a rather foreboding furbolg by the name of Huck.
Yeah.
Who is a druid of some description, who, sure enough, opens the door after Huck, Tux, and Tux says, he's very happy to see you. He goes on in some more depth about how he's expecting your training to have been going really well, but let's just focus on the now, and that you're here and it's cold out, and let's come inside, get comfortable.
Oh god, yeah. Okay.
You are invited into the nice little hearth, and inside you can hear the bubbling pot of some stew on the hob as there's kind of like a small fire blazing away in the corner of the house, and you can see that the kitchen is the house is itself almost a kitchen, in that there are tons of herbs and different like utensils and pots and pans, and it kind of like blends almost seamlessly. It's hard to tell what's like food utensils and like herbs that are being used for poultices and that kind of thing. Like almost, you walk in and it feels like a proper like druid's hut. Like, you're not sure that you could touch anything in here without disturbing some kind of delicate ecosystem, or without accidentally knocking over something that's, going to spill everywhere. And it's kind of like you feel a little bit precious.
In a museum.
Yes, a bit like you're in a museum almost, yeah. But at the same time, it's soft and bouncy because the entire floor is covered in this really dense grass. And it's comfortable. That's what it is.
Maybe suddenly realizing how high a level of a druid this character is. Oh, they're as powerful as we are. Oh, proper druid, yeah.
That's just the inside of my house, but all right.
Oh, I didn't know you knew them.
She just says to Earl.
Oro knows them.
Oh, Tux did say something about you guys being somewhat familiar when I said that the completionists were coming to town. We're just going to hold up here for one night. We have some business to discuss. It won't take long, but if you're familiar with them, maybe you guys can have your own conversations.
Yeah.
A small amount of the fees that you paid me will be going towards making sure that we can pay for our time here, but if you guys are friendly, perhaps we'll get a discount.
Maybe.
Like who grumbles.
When they want to have a moment to like sit and chat or something, Nerly definitely, when they're talking about like Oro's training or whatever, brings up the fact that Oro saved her life with the dart literally just yesterday.
Then you'll hear Huck come. Tuxedo says something to the effect of, he's surprised that you've made a dart. He's not sure how that works, but he's glad that you're still making your potions. He says that it's important to keep practicing because you might forget a bit of it and then accidentally make the wrong potion.
Oh, yeah. I explained that haiku helped me make it into a dart and like what it goes into and like what that mechanism
Wow. It seems like Tux is way more interested in that than Huck is. Huck kind of wanders off and starts having a conversation with Earl, and they start kind of chatting to one another. Earl is saying something to the effect of, I know what I said I wouldn't do another one of these, but apparently I was not quite well as off as I thought I was after the last run-in with the Purple Dragon Knights. And I thought I was a little bit better off financially than I actually was, and these guys are helping me out of a bit of a rut. And as you know them, they're probably fine, all right? Are they gonna do me dirty? No, okay, all right. We seem certain of them. Well, that's good. That's reassuring to know. I'm hoping that this will be over shortly, because if they're as good as you say they are, maybe this whole endeavor will be over fast. But I'm not making the whole trip with them. I'm gonna drop them off somewhere, hopefully safe, and then leave them to their own dangerous adventuring goals. The whole time, Huck is responding.
I fucking love Huck's voice so much. It makes me so happy. It's just an NPC voice from a video game with the dialogue at the bottom. Oh, it's Papers, Please. That's what it's reminded me of. Have you ever played Papers, Please? That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Okay, so I've seen a tiny bit of Papers, Please, but have you heard of Kukuro? Kukuro is like a game you can play on stream, and there's like 8 different games inside of it. So there's like werewolf style game. There's like a battle combat where everyone in chat can be like warriors for you or whatever. But then there's a Papers, Please version of it that like Kukuro is like $5, and so you got all this cool stuff. And I remember watching it, but it was really funny. It was a little bit funnier, I think, than Papers, Please, which was very serious in a lot of ways. So
What's that
it's really
called?
cute.
What's the name of that? What's the name of that?
Kukuro.
With a K?
K-U-K. Yeah, hold on, let me.
UK.
Yeah, Kukoro. Kukoro.
Ah, Kokoro.
It's really cute, little 8-bit thing.
Cool.
And if you have it, you can play it on stream, and nobody else has to have it. But kind of like King of the Castle, if they do buy it, then they can like customize their character and blah 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 blah.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, there was a
Cool.
fun one. There's a bunch of little fun games that you can do in there.
Oh.
If you would like the Papers, Please experience, but a bit sillier.
Ooh, I love Papers, Please. I was obsessed with that.
We met a birdman, he had a fit, he agreed to lead us to a dragon, we cancelled each other over pizza opinions, now we're at a raccoon's house. Hi, Tortu.
Thank you
Weird,
for saying
because
so. I'm perfect
In
at
that
everything.
pizza discussion, I was the one who wasn't cancelled, which I think is the first time that's ever happened.
No, you were. You
No,
were
you
just
were.
out
You
of
just
the call
weren't
for
here.
that.
Yeah,
You just
Because
were
I
gone.
didn't find out you didn't like melted cheese until after you'd left, and I was like, I don't know about this.
We brought this up. What did you expect? You thought you'd get scot-free? Like, what?
Even here.
I think that's probably best for all of us, isn't it? If you're not here whilst we talk about your melted cheese disliking.
You had already said you didn't like pizza, which was a pretty strong mark. It was that I found out it was specifically because of the melted cheese afterwards, and I was just like, who doesn't like cheese?
I
Guess
have
what?
noted this down.
Poor Adam. Adam said,
Oh.
I guess I shouldn't have taunted Jack because my computer was blue screened.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no. It
He taunted
spreads.
me. He brought it on himself.
Oh, dear me. Dear me.
Dear me.
I'm trying to think if there's anything. I don't think I have any like keep us safe for the night kind of spells. So I'm just kind of sitting on full,
Right.
I suppose.
I mean, outside of like keeping a watch.
I've got that thing.
Alarm.
That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
I can cast them.
As you guys are kind of like settling down, for the most part, it seems like there aren't like dedicated beds for you. It seems like the grove that is being maintained by Huck and Tux is that you are kind of expected to do your own thing, which makes a lot of sense considering considering their nature. But also, you're kind of, it's intimated that you could straight up sleep outside under the stars on like a mattress of grass, and you'd be fine. Like it's a protected grove, and for something to impugn on that protected kind of sanctuary would be quite a significant act of magic.
Would Displace the Beast be enough magic?
Tux says, "What? Where have you found it? Do you know about Displace the Beast?"
Well, we saw some. Well, I didn't see them.
It's more about it finding us than us finding it.
We saw some
Um,
tracks around his house.
I mean, it should be fine, but maybe. Okay, Oro, could you come with us, please? We're just going to shore things up.
Okay, yeah.
You can give us a hand.
Yeah.
Oru is kind of led away a little bit by Tux and Huck as they kind of like walk off. And it's just, if you could just kind of shore up the sigils on the kind of the elm trees marked with a little raccoon paw print. It should be easy.
Hold on, say that statement again. I was too enthralled by the.
So if you could just shore up the sigils, my little raccoon paw prints.
Oru and Jenny are confused by the terms, by those words. They look in.
So what he's asking you to do is, so there are magical symbols.
Yeah. I got that. Symbols that look like raccoon things. Yeah.
Because they have been marked by a paw print.
Yeah.
In white kind of paint, like ash paint or whatever.
Okay.
By Tux.
Yeah.
At Tux height, that have some low-level kind of like druidic magic. There's like a particular charm that they would have taught you as part of your kind of druid craft training way back when. It is very on Oro level. It makes a lot of sense for you to not understand what's being asked of you.
Okay.
So he'll just say, just cast a little bit of druid craft on where you see my paws. It will just make sure that the sanctuary is properly up to code.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
It's just if you help us out a little bit, it'll just go a bit faster.
Yeah, happy to. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Right, sit down.
I'll stay with you, and I mean Huck will be fine. We'll just go around together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So you guys spend probably about an hour going around the outside of the grove, finding these trees, casting druid craft on these kind of little paw prints and stuff. There's just a small arcane druid sigil that's been almost carved into the trees just above where the paws are. So as the scarring of the bark is healed, not all of them are immediately obvious, so the paw prints kind of help point it out a little bit. But it's also a little bit like Tux is putting his own magic there, kind of. So you're going around and you're casting a little bit of druidcraft, and all you're really doing is feeling almost for the magical element that is within the elm trees, this particular grove, and kind of drawing it from the sap into the arcane symbol. And as you do so, you kind of feel that the air around you becomes, for a moment, tense and taut, but then eases up as you do so. And you do so for about an hour as you're just popping around. You find maybe 40 different trees to do it to. And afterwards, you feel a lot more kind of at ease.
Okay.
And you find your way back to Huck with Tux, and they're both as Tux says, "Oh, she did great. Yeah, no, she remembers everything. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. I'm sure she's fine." And Huck kind of gives you just a gentle, playful shove. As
Oro falls over.
Yeah.
And he chuckles to himself, and he just opens the door for you, and you can patter through. And you guys are comfortably chilling around essentially just a huge boiling pot of stew and broth that's being poured out to you in big bowls, and you're drinking away or spooning away into the evening. It's cozy, it's friendly, it's a nice atmosphere. You see no dragons overhead, you hear no calls in the night, and you rest soundly until the morning.
I'm definitely sleeping outside on the soft grass. I was already going to wander out there by myself and just sit in the grass, so literally just sleeping on the grass.
It's a cloudy night because of, we suspect, the atmosphere, the environmental effects of the area that you're in. But there are moments of a break in the fog where you can see the moon kind of burn through the clouds, and you see a couple of stars dotted around it, and then it will kind of get covered up again, and it's just like there are moments of serene peace and comfort, and that's kind of dotted between just otherwise it's comfortable. A big bed of thick, soft grass.
Love it.
Anything anyone wants to do with their night before they go to bed?
Just keep looking at my like spell list and being like, there's got to be something I should do to prepare, but I just don't think there is. I just don't think there's anything else I can do.
Any bedtime ritual stuff?
Yeah, I think definitely spend a lot of time in contemplation every time the moon comes out, having conversations. Always, one-sided, but like it's just her way until she falls asleep.
Aura feels a bit nervous about not remembering the druid stuff that they were taught. So like maybe writes that down instead of writing her like diary for the night. She's like, these are the things I remember. And we'll ask Tux about it if I have any holes in the information.
Do you think as you were going around and shoring up the arcane symbols that you made any errors and Tux corrected you, or do you think you maybe just a bit rusty?
No, I think once he was like, this is it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I remember, yeah.
Okay,
do.
Cool.
At dawn, I think I'm going to finally go ahead and change the element that the damage type my tattoo can absorb.
Okay, to what?
Oh my god.
Can I change it to necrotic?
Yeah. I mean, it's on the list.
You didn't give me a lift. I copied and pasted absorbing tattoo into here, and there is no lift. It just says you are resistant to a type of damage associated with that colour. Okay. Oh, it might be in the book then.
Book.
In the book.
It'll be in the book.
In the book.
It's on Tasha's.
It'll be in. I think it's in Tasha's. Magical miscellaneous.
Now I don't have like over-ear headphones. I'm so conscious of that you can see so much of my hair just whilst we're having this downtime. Just a thought I've had for the last 2 hours.
Necrotic is on there. I don't think you're supposed to be able to change the type.
No, you can.
That's definitely always been a thing.
Yeah, I know.
The core damage type can be determined at dawn every day.
Oh, okay.
I've just always had it on fire by default.
Mm-hmm. Now you're going to be hit by a fireball.
Oh my god, wouldn't that be so funny? Like, not actually, but kind of though.
Oh yeah. No. Wait. Absorbing tattoo. To attune to this item, you need to hold the blah blah blah. Damage resistance. When the tattoo is on your skin, you have resistance to the type of damage associated with the color. DM chooses the color or determines it randomly. When you take damage of the chosen type, you can use your reaction to gain immunity against that instance of damage, and when you regain a number of hit points equal to half the damage you would have taken. Once this reaction is used, it can't be used again until the next dawn. There isn't anything in here about being able to change it. However, it is possible. It is possible that I said you could change it. I'm fine with that. If that's what we've got happening so far, I'm fine with that.
Like, I will have just copied and pasted that straight into it because I'm too lazy to do otherwise.
Okay.
Is necrotic on the list?
It is on the list, yes.
Yeah.
If it wasn't on the list, then it would have been a problem, but that's fine. If past Tom was generous, we'll stick with previous past Tom generosity.
Because current Tom wouldn't have given you that generosity.
Oh, it's already been done.
It's too late.
It's canon.
Well, the gods do giveth and the gods taketh away, so maybe don't get too sassy about it.
On me.
I one time took over DMing for a campaign that had like rotating DMs, and by the time I got them, they were like level 14 or 15, which is that's a rough place to walk into a campaign. And some of the items they were given were absolutely ludicrous, especially for the levels they were giving them at, like a pendant that could just freely transport them to any other plane in as many times a day, as that wizard wanted to transport to another plane. So they would just use that to fast travel everywhere. And I broke it. That was one of the first things I did, like session 3 with them, and I broke it. I was like,
Fully understand that.
Jack, why are you
also,
typing again?
Jack is gone.
It's almost like he hasn't learned the lesson.
Maybe he wasn't typing that time.
I just wanted to contribute to the conversation.
Oh my god! He was typing again.
People.
He was typing again.
Your phone!
This has happened multiple times in the same session. It's not even like, oh, this happened last week. Silly me, I forgot. It happened 3 times in one session.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh dear. All right. Well, we're getting to the end of our session now. Anyway, are you still here, Jack?
So I can at least do that, so we can all be in the correct order on stream.
Oh my god.
I'm not restarting my PC again.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, with 10 minutes left,
That's so strange of a bug.
Oh my god. You sleep soundly. The game ends. Fucking hell. We gotta figure out what's going on over there, Jack.
yeah, that's weird.
I don't know why typing would suddenly overload the USB. I don't have that many things plugged in.
Yet it has 3 times.
What? My keyboard, my mouse, webcam, and microphones. I don't know why I'm counting on my fingers. You can't see it. 4 things. 4 things are plugged into this PC, and that's it.
Yeah,
What's the camera you got?
The classic
Logitech.
like Logitech 920 or whatever it is.
I think there's a was a known bug with AMD with USB issues.
Oh, great.
Have you tried different USB ports?
I have, yeah. It doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, it's the controller if it's the same thing.
And like, I remember I went to stream once, and to Elden Ring, and I plugged my controller in, and it did it as well, because as soon as I plugged my controller into a USB thing, it was like, oh no, too many things.
Have you
Which is
checked?
wild to me, looking at the number of USB things I have, and my USB extender splitter thing that has like 5 more slots, and the headphone thing that comes with 2 extras. Like,
yeah. I think I had the absolute minimum amount of things you could have plugged into your PC, and it'd still be like fully usable for everything.
Have you checked for a BIOS update? Because there's a thing claiming that they might be fixed through a BIOS update.
I should probably do that, shouldn't I?
Oh yeah, if you're having this kind of problem, you absolutely should update your BIOS firmware. 100%. This is exactly the kind of thing that it fixes if there's an update.
Well,
You
that's
guys-
Jack's homework for next session.
Also, that was released in 2021. So if it does fix it, you could have had this fix from 2021.
I built this PC in the year like October 2021.
Oh. Yeah, it's weird it's only happening now. Maybe a Windows
This was
update's also fucking
December
it. I don't know.
2021. That's the article date. Also,
Well,
don't necessarily
I-
ship with the latest firmware on them.
Yeah.
I absolutely appreciate your help, Docs. I did not like the words that just came out of your mouth.
Appreciate the help, I just don't like the delivery.
Don't like the tone.
could some work.
Oh my god.
Can we check
Just the
the
fact that
sound
you
alerts?
admitted that you knew that you should have done it.
Can we get
I'm
the
like
sound
afraid of-
alerts up and then test them?
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Just to see if they happen to work this time.
Oh,
You don't
yeah.
know, we used to all listen to the sound alerts at the same time and they would work, but then they stopped working. But we haven't checked it in a while. So let's check that real quick.
Sure.
Let me
Yeah, I
know
got
when
it.
it's
It's a
open.
weird stream that we've had today.
I
Yep.
got it open.
I've got it open, you can tell because I'm extremely bright.
Open it
Yeah,
in
I'm being quite
Firefox
blinded
and
by it
Chrome.
right now.
It's like that small.
Promise that I'm blinded.
Promise.
I don't even think of that.
You're in the
Right,
kitchen.
I've got Firefox and Chrome open. I might hear it twice.
Okay.
Give it a little squeeze. Lube themselves
Oh.
up.
I saw it pop up, but I didn't hear it. Okay.
I heard it.
I've
You
got
heard
nothing.
it?
Nothing.
Oh, the fuck,
Lube it up.
man.
Give it a little squeeze.
One more time.
Okay, one more
Wait,
time.
hold on.
Oh, sorry, I already
Give it a
clicked
little
it.
squeeze. Lube
Oh.
themselves up.
Oh, I heard it that time.
You heard it?
I saw the thing pop up. I heard.
Yeah, I saw the thing.
I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, that's what used to happen. It's like you'd hear it once, and then that was it. It was gone forever.
Okay, so now that I've heard it one time, I want to try it again
Alright,
because if that's the one, then we've lost it.
Okay.
okay. Yeah.
Give it a little squeeze. Lube themselves up.
Heard that one.
I
saw
see
it,
the
but
little
didn't
thing
hear
pop
it.
up.
I'm shaking
I
my
see the little
head.
thing pop up.
God, it makes no fucking sense. Why is it going turns between everyone?
I don't know.
Oh my lord. Still doesn't work, guys. If anyone has a better solution than sharing my OBS, which is a good idea, but is too much for my computer to handle, unfortunately. Wait, was that was the issue, right? Yeah, and it was dragging everything else down, I think, when I shared my OBS.
That or it was Discord was having a hard time. Because there was a couple weeks in a row where that was happening, and I think you eventually turned off the screen share, and it was still happening. So hard to say.
I think I swapped the screen sharing mine for a bit when we tried to mess with that, and then it hooked my webcam.
Interesting.
Can we also try like a separate audio source just into Discord?
Yeah, I tried to change my mic
But then
around,
your
but
voice went all weird.
yeah, all horrible
Yeah.
to you.
Okay,
It's
we
like
can
out of
probably.
sync.
Okay,
Troubleshooting
yeah.
with
We're
the
troubleshooting.
completionists.
Yeah, we're trying to troubleshoot the sound alerts, Tortu. Not everyone can hear them anymore. We used to be able
We
to
should make our own sound alerts
Ooh.
specifically for groups.
Oh, people just redeem
What
it in
if,
chat.
wait. What if you just made a soundboard of all the alerts, and as soon as one got redeemed, if you did that, would it come up on stream twice though? Because you could just press the button, redeem it for us really quick, so we would know to stop and listen. And it would just be like
That's a lot of
uploading the
work.
sound files.
We can
Yeah,
add it
Yeah.
into this Discord soundboard.
Is it more work than trying to troubleshoot the sound alerts? That's a,
It's a lot more work than just not having the sounds.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, but if it's important enough for you, that's maybe a solution.
It would be
just
really
think
nice to be able to hear
It was a
but
really
it's just a
nice
shame.
thing. Yeah.
It's a shame that it doesn't work, but also, I don't know, man. Doesn't seem like there are any solutions for this
Yeah.
error that has just randomly appeared.
Yeah. Chat, if you have any solutions, if you want to make a new program that does it for me, let me know. And I'll listen.
Any programmers in chat?
Any
No,
programmers?
there's none here.
Docs?
Not
Got some-
single
No, I've
one.
already been.
Oh, see,
commissioned
that's
for a
why I
different
asked for chat. I didn't want to put pressure on docs.
Well, looks like this is the way it is for now then. I don't know. Maybe I'll figure out something. Maybe I'll reply to that email of the dude who was like, have you restarted your computer and restarted your router?
That's what he said. That
Yeah,
was his help.
Because it's the normal like tech questions, right? That you like ask people if someone has an issue. You're like, okay, but have you restarted your thing? Even though it makes no fucking sense to our problem, which is 5 or 4 separate people can't hear the alerts when they used to be able to.
for multiple weeks.
Yeah. So I don't know whether they'd be able to help. Maybe I'll try again. Anyway, that's for another
Just
time.
send them back an email detailed all the stuff that you've done.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Be like, now what do you think next steps
Now
are?
Just
help.
clip the last like 5 minutes.
Yeah, this is the issue.
I know what HTML is.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Okay, well, we're done so for the day.
Just
We'll
in time for
see
my
you-
alarm to go off.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
We'll see you next week, I think.
See
Hopefully,
you around,
all
suckers.
our tech problems will be finished, done by then.
Nope,
Solved.
it won't be.
Maybe they will.
Maybe just Jax.
Yeah, maybe just Jax.
It's Jack.
I'm
Okay.
waving.
We might freeze
Annoy
as
ya.
we go to my end screen, so put on a
Bye.
good freezing face.
Uh,
Okay, we did freeze. Give it a second. Goodbye, everyone. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.